Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single episode of Pour Your Heart Out, Black Women's Honest Conversations. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. To grab a glass of your favorite wine, get comfortable, and get ready to pour your heart out. Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Pour Your Heart Out, Black Women's Honest Conversations. And we have a special episode tonight where it's not just going to be the ladies of Pour Your Heart Out. We also have one of our Straight Talk Society favorites from Man Talk Monday. We have Mike in the building. So let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. Panelists, what's up?
First of all, I would like to say I am the first man to begin the show on Pour Your Heart Out. So
pray for us. Pray for us, Lord. Pray.
No, ain't no prayer. The prayer already occurred. That's why I'm here.
Oh, Father God in heaven, we come to you as humbly as we know how.
And thank you for letting Michael show up.
Don't do Mike like that.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, sir. The Lord has definitely blessed you all. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes,
It's going to be a very interesting conversation.
It's going to be a long conversation.
No, it's not. I can finish for you right now. Give me 3 words.
All right, let's let these people know what they're here for tonight. Okay, so there is a what's going on, Mike? There is a show.
Is it me? Nene, you sound like you outside.
Yeah, a little choppy.
Since you outside, you ain't telling me what's outside. That's not me.
I don't even outside.
Hey, ow.
This is way too much female energy for me.
You know you love it. Can y'all hear me?
Man, all of y'all taking. I don't love this taking energy. Ugh.
Taking?
Smell like matrimony. Ugh.
Matrimony?
Girl,
can y'all hear me?
Leave me alone. Yes, very loud and clear.
Okay, all right. So tonight what we're doing is okay. I'm being told by my producer that my mic doesn't sound good. Not sure what's going on. Hold on, let me see something.
You're a little choppy. All right, well, everyone, since Mr. B Mike is here, I would like you all to understand today's show. It's going to be wonderful because myself, Dr. Mia, Miss Shaka, and our glorious leader Nene, we have come together after being threatened with expulsion and violence from these to-be-loving psychopaths called Nene and Trevor.
Wait a minute.
Nene has converted us all to Tubi watchers.
Yes.
We sit in church.
Speak for yourself.
We sit in the Church of Tubi.
Evangelism
First Baptist.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
I took a sip out the little holy water thing, but I ain't in there all the way.
I don't know.
I do.
You want to pour your heart out? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Nene, I don't think I've ever watched anything from Tubi.
Nah, man. I'm on all black. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes. So how about you ladies?
Okay.
Yes, it's better.
Thank y'all so much. See, this is why we have like an awesome awesome core group over here. We hold each other down. We have technical difficulties sometimes, and we keep it going. But this particular show, so it wasn't on Tubi. Y'all know I love me some Tubi, but this was on All Black. And when I watched when I watched this show, Mike, you are the one that I kept thinking about because I'm like, see, this that be talking about. So I was like, I had to have you watch it so that I could hear your point of view because I understand where you be coming from a lot of times, but the problem is though
delivery.
Them heifers don't be representing us as a whole
at all.
See, I think that's the problem. The problem is
real bad.
All the women that are decent in the world, they act like they're the only ones that exist. And I'm going outside and walking to all these thotteries and all these ratchet shits, and they everywhere. And I'm trying to get some gas, and I bump into a heifer arguing with the dude. It say 87. I'm supposed to get $87 worth of gas. And I'm like, that's not what 87 mean. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, like I bump into all these ratchet houses and thotteries, and I see them in the world, and then I come and tell y'all, and y'all like, that's not how we do. That's because all of y'all got cups full of wine.
Facts.
I'm talking about heifers that got Hennessy.
See, that's your problem. Maybe you need to change your circle and where you be at, Mike.
Ma'am, I don't hang with them. They're in the world.
I don't know. They seem to find you. You seem to find them. I got questions.
They are attracted to Mike.
Everybody goes,
like, what you be saying to the thighs? You must speak thought. You speak thought language. He must speak thottery. You speak thottery?
I wanted to be married since Westwood Heights Elementary School.
Oh, not Westwood Heights.
Not a thought. I don't like thoughts. I don't want thoughts around me. Whenever I see
they like you,
I think that's their business.
They like you
across the street.
We're gonna have to do an episode. We're gonna have to do an episode on Pour Your Heart Out where we just literally question Mike because I had questions.
You know what?
Right?
I'm 100% down because maybe I can't.
Yes.
Maybe
there's some light.
I'm with it.
That'll be a good episode. Okay. All right, but let's go ahead and get to this episode. So there was this show. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the picture. It's called Makeup and Breakup, or Makeup to Breakup. I don't know how they want that said or whatever. But I was watching this show and I'm thinking about Mike. I'm thinking about like my sissy Shaka. I'm thinking about Dr. Mia because I'm like, Mia would analyze the hell out of these characters. So I told him I need you all to watch this show. And it's been hard because Mike has been ready to like thrash on them for the longest. I'm like, no, we gotta wait until the show. And then we had to keep pushing it because everybody's getting sick because it's nasty outside. We still not 100%, but we wanted to get this show going. So what we're going to do is we are going to give our unfiltered, because that's how we do on Straight Talk Society. We're going to give our unfiltered review of each of the characters. And within that, we'll talk about the different relationships that are going on because there's a lot of relationships going on with these characters. So we're just going to talk about that. So we'll go one character at a time. Everybody share what you want to share, how you feel, the good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty, and all of that. And then we'll like kind of break it down that way. Does that sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm with it.
So let's get started. So our first character, and if anybody has not watched this show, it's on the channel All Black. So I'm sure it may be on other channels, but that's where I watched it. They are on their second season. The first season ran 2016 to 2018. I had never heard of this show until like a month ago. And then they took this long break and they just came back with season 2, which they're doing right now. So we're just going to focus on season 1 because that's where we were introduced to the characters and that's where like this juiciness is coming from. So I thought that we would kind of work our way from the, I guess, minor characters all the way up to the major characters. So let's go ahead and start with our boy Bryce. The good guy, the nice guy. What do we think about Bryce?
I think Dr. Mia should go first. Nah, because I talked to Dr. Mia about it and she kind of like swayed me a little bit.
Okay.
Now, Mike, you can't confess that we talked about this before.
I was just gonna say something. I was gonna wait my turn though. I was gonna say I felt some type of way, but okay.
Hey, check this out. If this would have happened the first 3 times, I wouldn't have had to talk to somebody. It's either that, or I'd have just got on mic check and started doing it myself.
He had to get it off his chest.
He had to get it off. But I wanted to hear what he thought without being swayed or.
Oh, I definitely will. Don't
Dr.
worry
Mia.
about that.
What is his name again?
His name is Bryce. This is a nice guy.
Okay. Nice guy.
So this was my characterization of Bryce, right? So, I always get his hat, and I always tell a mechanic to not think with his mechanic hat. So don't ask me, like, I'm always going to analyze it. I can't turn it off. Like, I always see the bigger picture. So Bryce was not raised by his mother. He had a schizophrenic mother. And so I said, can you imagine growing up in a world that you don't trust? And
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. I couldn't hear you, Dr. Mia.
They call borging, whatever that is.
I got this little man snoring in the background. Yeah, I hope y'all don't hear him.
Oh.
I said, Bryce grew up with a schizophrenic mother, and she has a mental illness, which is a lot of people don't really talk about that. But that's how come he's the safe, quiet friend, because he's always going to play it safe. He's never had a net to catch him. Yes, somebody took him in and raised them as your own, but there's nothing like your actual mother raising you as her own. And so he don't trust the world. And so he's always gonna move slithery and scaly and tiptoe around life. And there's a lot of things that he might have learned. He just didn't learn. So everything he's doing, he's winging it. He's doing it for the first time. He doesn't know how to form a relationship with a woman, a valuable relationship. He don't trust them. So he got a lot of things to unpack before he go on to his next relationship, because he is carrying a lot of dysfunction. I mean, all of them are. Let's be clear.
Right.
I watched it and I was like, ooh. And for the first time, I usually don't bash women, and I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm just gonna say I can't stand Brooke. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, we're not there yet.
Wait.
I love you, man.
I love it. But we're not there yet, Doc. We're not there yet.
You're going to give Nene a heart attack.
Oh, my God. That was funny, y'all. See, this is why I needed y'all on this panel for this review. But that's something interesting, though, to think about what you said, about the dynamic in the relationship with his mom. Because we talk about that a lot, like how the relationships that we have growing up and with our parents and how they impact us and affect us as adults. And I think that he is a great example of that. So thank you for bringing that out, because that's something that I really didn't think about as I was watching it, and how he was maneuvering and how he was being treated, especially in that one relationship he had with the girl, Ashley, who seemed to turn out to be the lesbian, and him trying to work his way with that.
You talking about Ashley?
Huh? I know. Well, she's not. No, but she's not a major person on there. So,
but I hate her too.
Well, we can go ahead and talk about her because she's not in this picture. So you can talk about her because she's only important because of him. So she's not in this major picture of the cast. So we can talk about her if you want.
All right, much appreciated. Thank you. Go ahead, Shaka. Ladies first.
Thank you. I related to all of the characters at in some aspect. I related to each and every one of them. My connection with Bryce was, I initially thought Bryce was a safe place, or he was that guy that was a safe place. But I did not have my mother to raise me. I was raised by my grandparents. Mom was there, but mom chose, to have fun and to party and to live her life other than being a mother until I got a lot older. But by then it was like, I'm good with grandma and granddad. So I understood Bryce's embarrassment when he did see his mom, like on that street corner, and she was calling out his name, and he was embarrassed to say who she was to like the friends that he was with, because that was me. When my mom had a drug habit, and I don't know how old, all of us are, but remember back in the day, there was that song, Your Mama on Crack Rocks?
Yeah.
And my mom she used crack. So I felt victimized by that. So I was embarrassed to even tell her that it was a program at school or that it was something happening or what have you, because, it was just embarrassing because I don't want the kids singing that song. And then, to see her, and I have to admit, yeah, that's my mother, where she wore the Daisy Dukes when all the other moms, came looking like moms, semi-professionally dressed or coming from work, and here my mom coming in looking like, she ready to have a good time. It's a happy hour. So I could relate to Bryce, and I feel like the older that I get and I experience different types of relationships with men, I feel like a lot of them think that I am a safe place because I was never that person to like Dr. Mia said, I want to tiptoe around certain situations. I had all this stuff that I was holding on to because of the history that I had with my mother. So I related to Bryce on that aspect.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. And a lot of times we don't think about, as watching it, we don't think about how we can relate our own lives and experiences to characters of the opposite sex. So that's interesting that as a guy and you being a woman, you were able to relate to him on some level.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right, Mike, what's up? What's up with you and Bryce? No, that didn't sound right.
It really didn't. It really ain't a damn thing up with me and Bryce.
I'm sorry. What do you think about Bryce?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank you ladies for having me.
Welcome.
Much obliged. I knew I was going to be the first dude on Pour Your Heart Out. I manifested it, and it became.
All right. Now you better manifest, boy.
I'm looking for my glass. Some Henny in this thing. All right.
Baby steps.
On the serious tip, you guys see why I talk to Dr. Mia now, right? Because my initial reaction was this. Bryce is the character formation of that guy who we made fun of on Man Talk Monday. The guy who cried in the restaurant with the flowers.
Yeah.
He was the characteristic. He was literally someone writing about this guy. He disgusted, and just the way I felt about that guy, I felt about Bryce. He disgusted me. I couldn't stand him because I was that guy in elementary school.
Y'all hear echo? I'm sorry.
I think it's Nene, mute yourself. All right. I think he was, because we talk about being able to see ourselves in these characters, male or female. And I saw myself in all of these characters with the exception of the main two characters, the two deepest pieces. All right, never mind. Nene don't want me to talk.
Right. Wait for that. Wait on that part. We're talking about Bryce.
I'm doing my best. So I saw in Bryce the part of myself that I can't stand. That part of me that loved in fourth grade, that really thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to find the woman of my dreams. I already met her. Her name is blah, blah, blah. We have a fourth grade picture together. We're going to have white picket fences and 6 kids. And because that is a fairy tale.
Yeah.
That is a child's dream. I tell women all the time how I get mad at them because they let that part of them go and they move on to, oh, well, hold up. Homeboy got a Lexus. And I hate it, but it's let go for a reason. It's let go because life doesn't wait for everybody. If you sit around waiting for that, life's going to pass you by. And it passed me by for a couple of years while I was waiting for it like a dummy. And that's what I think Bryce is. I think Bryce, you can't be that man near 30. And Bryce was over 30. You can't be that man as an adult trying to be responsible. You can't be that man who's just, I just hope things are going to be well. And wow, I met this girl on Monday and by Thursday I'm in love with her. And yo, get some bass in your voice, my G. Like, what you doing? It don't work that way. Women don't want you. They're not going to want a man on their knees. And that's what you look like. That's why all the nice guys I tell in the world, stop it. You look soft. And if you look soft, don't nobody who has soft parts want you. That's just how it works.
No, that I disagree with you on that.
Of course you do, because you have soft parts. I'm talking to people with hard parts. We know what I'm talking about. Men out there has never been a man. All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you cut in. There's never been a man who has been like, oh, I really care about you and I really want to be there for you, that has gotten the girl. It has never happened. It don't even happen in movies. It don't even happen in movies. In movies where the fake stuff happens, where the dude could run in, where Dwayne Wayne could run in and stop the wedding and get the girl from the rich guy who's in politics.
Yes.
That don't happen.
Yes.
That's called fantasy. That's why it's a TV show. It don't happen. In real life, Whitley would have said, hey, bruh, he's the mayor. You just some dude who ain't get a job at Hachitashi or wherever it was. If you don't leave me alone, that's what would have happened. She was like, you ruining my wedding. He paid for all this. Bye. Security. That's what would have happened in real life. But we love Dwayne Wayne and Whitley because of what they became. But he wasn't hard before that. You remember when Dwayne Wayne was a nice guy, how she treated him? Exactly.
Well, yeah, but he was always a nice guy. Even when they got together, he was a nice guy.
Ma'am, I can send you a video of Dwayne Wayne being that dog. Letting Whitley know, hey, I ain't the one. Don't come at me with that bullshit. And she's like, yes, daddy.
That is not him being a dog.
I see where he's coming from. I don't think that Dwayne Wayne was a dog, but he did kind of like get that in him. So I do understand where you're coming from. Because when he was like pandering behind her, she kind of like was, that's Dwayne Wayne. But then when he started like, I don't want to say manning up, but when he did start, putting his romance swag on and putting his foot down, she did start respecting him a little bit more and realizing like, damn, you know what? He does have some oof to him. So I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. But when you say Dwayne Wayne was a dog, I'm like, wait, a dog?
No. I said he brought that dog.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Dwayne a dog? Yeah, that was a reason. No. But yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I need to talk here more often. Apparently, y'all understand me when I talk on your station.
We understand you when you talk on Man Talk Monday. It's just sometimes your delivery, Mike. Most of the time your delivery.
Is my delivery different today? Is it different today?
It is. It's a bit different. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm sick. Okay.
I think it's because I won't say the but I think it's more because of the platform. You I won't say you softened it up, but you're speaking for us to understand you as opposed to like
women don't know what they want. Y'all women just be talking. That's what it is. Women just be talking.
But they do. Hey,
that was my mic impersonation. I'll be back in 9, y'all. I'll be back in 9.
I ain't gonna hold you. That was a good impersonation. That sounded good to me. I ain't gonna lie. That was pretty good.
All right, so we feel Bryce, the nice guy, he has mommy issues, and
yes,
yeah. Do we like him?
No, because you can only use mommy issues for a certain amount of time. Them days is over.
Okay. When you get to a certain age,
there's no expiration date. I think we've had this conversation, Mike, about the expiration date on trauma. Like there's no expiration date on it. Like it's always this idea, like, oh, eventually the light goes off. No, what if the light never goes off? Like we confuse the fact that people are capable of enlightenment by themselves. Like it's not true. Like people out here just really be winging it at life.
My beloved Dr. Mia, I would like you to know that I respect all the words that come out of your mouth. Okay? All of them. Even when you sneeze. No, there's no but. I want you to understand where I'm coming from on this. No buts at all, unless you got some coochie cutters on, but that's another story.
Whoa,
I want you to understand this. When I say that there's an expiration date, I'm talking about where society and people will give a damn. You can be hurt, traumatized, right up until it's time for responsibilities to be taken care of, then no one will care. Women will be like, oh man, I feel you. The white man holding you down, you can't get a job, ... I'm with you, baby. But I gotta pay the rent, so you're gonna have to get out or you're gonna have to find a job. Like when life hits you, it don't matter how much trauma you have. There's mothers out there who have gone through the worst traumas growing up as little girls, and they got kids and they traumatized, and I'll tell you, it's me. The women I've been with have been like some of the hardest working women I've ever seen in my life, because I, as a man, me being me, who's speaking to you right now, I cannot work a full-time job and be a full-time student. I know myself. I don't have the focus for it. I can't do it. Every woman I've ever dated has done it. Every woman I've ever dated has done it, kept it all, kept it in its own little file. My job's over here, school's over here, do that. If I got a full-time job, I come home, I forget I got homework. I forget I'm in the class. I can't do it. But people can, what's that word I'm trying to say? Damn it. Well, they can put it in a little, they can compartmentalize. As an adult, most women are able to compartmentalize their traumas. And as men, we have to be able to do it too, because we're the protectors of these women. And a woman is not going to respect you as a man if you're allowing your traumas to hurt you, which is hurting her, if she's not doing it for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Women go through it too, and they bring drama to us. That's why we get all the cursing and everything. But when the shit hits the fan, I'm not trying to hear that either from a woman. So as a man, I have to stand up and say, you can't be this mommy's boy hurt for the rest of your life. You can't do that. Mia?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just coming. I was talking to you. I just wanted you to understand, because they say I'm better on this show at explaining how I feel.
All right. I think we lost Shaka.
No, I'm here.
I thought that was
lost
Nene.
Nene?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's all right. No problem. We'll just think she'll be back. All right.
Right.
So let's move on to the next person. Do y'all want to hold
No,
on? I want to talk about
but wait. Right, before we move on. So here's my thing about Bryce, and kind of no, you're good. And kind of talking about like what you were just saying, how at some point you gotta not still have these mommy issues. Like I kind of agree with Dr. Mia. Like there is no expiration date, because you never know. Like a trigger is a trigger, and if the trigger for him is the fact that he grew up without his mother, then he's gonna date women he wants to be more, I think, motherly, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. But
like, I think he's gonna always look for that type of woman, and he's never gonna be able to, say, oh, well, I'm done with my mommy issues now that I found. Like, he's always gonna look for some type of nurturing woman, or he's gonna overcompensate because he's lacking that part of him.
And guess what? Every woman that could be that woman for him is going to run from him like the plague. Because if you allow that weakness in you to take over everything that is you, you'll never find. Yo, I'm telling you from life experience, women will not wait around for you to get better. I have trauma like everybody else. And I've had some of the most fantastic. That's why I love black people. Think I'm joking. I love black women. I've had some of the most hardworking, the most strong, the most sensitive, the most sweet, the most understanding. I didn't date the most understanding. That's, what I'm saying? We didn't date, but she was in my life. And I'm telling you, these women, they will give you their all until like the mom said in Baby Boy, you give them all you can until you don't have enough act right, then you gotta go. I tell people all the time, activation energy. If you can't give me enough to want to love you more or to forgive me for the foolishness you're doing, I'm going to leave. And that's what's going to happen to him. He's going to be alone. He's going to be 50 and sitting at home going, I'm a good dude. I don't know why these heifers don't like me. And I'm going to walk by and go, I told you when you were 30. You soft. Stop it.
Wow. I think that's, for me, I always believe that's just such a broad generalization. There's this misconception that things happen in certain ways. I think there is somebody out there that will match and be able to be patient with him. I hear you about people saying enough is enough, but with me not being that type of person, I guess that's hard for me to kind of like imagine, because it's twofold. Like I could see where you're coming from, because I've definitely had the experience where you keep trying to help this person, and then you can't help them if they don't want to help themselves. I think that's the key point, is if Bryce never comes to the realization that he needs to do something different, like you said, then he'll always keep falling into the same patterns. And I think that's the aha moment. That's the part where you say like enough is enough. I mean, of course, it don't sound like the way you said it. You need to just
because I'm sorry.
We're be interpreting Mike all day.
Right.
You have a PhD in interpreting Mike.
Right. I just feel I mean I can agree with the both of you. I feel like if you do what you've always done, you're gonna get what you've always gotten.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna just say stuff and then I'm gonna let it go through the Mia confluence, and then she can say it for me. I'm gonna start writing you, and then you can start doing my
because Mike, you just be talking. You don't be knowing what you're saying. You just be talking.
You know what? If I thought you meant that, it would almost hurt my feelings. But I know you know better.
You know that girl not gonna hurt your feelings. All right. So for Bryce, I'm looking forward to watching him develop in season 2.
Hold on, Nene.
Yes.
And that girl he was with is a trifling heifer.
She is.
You knew you liked coochie. Why you gonna hurt that man's feelings? If you like munching on box,
I was about to say girl, but you're not a girl. Yes.
I don't. Okay, wait. Maybe.
Come on,
Shaka. Maybe she was just confused. Maybe she wasn't sure. Maybe I'm just saying devil's advocate. No, I'm just saying devil's advocate. Yeah, she ain't. She was bullshit. That's what it was. She was full of it. She was full of shit.
I think the part that made me dislike her is that as soon as you recognize that it can't go any further, it's your time to go. Like that's
right. Going.
That's the right thing to do. And I think me and Mike talk about a lot of times, like people do, they're operating in their childhood, right? Like that small child keeps coming up, showing up in grown-up conversation, doing grown-up things, and they're still acting like children. So once she realized, like, this is not gonna work, like she should have just let him go, but she didn't. So all of that extra stuff that happened later on, like that was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
and I won't blame you if you don't know, but once you do know, everything after that is 100% your fault.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. All right, so let's move on. We went hard on Bryce. I wish that he was here to watch this.
I know, right? Bryce, if you listening, man up.
Bryce still crying in the restaurant.
Come on, Bryce. All right, get it together.
Let's look over here at our next buddy. I am so sad that I don't remember his name, and I didn't feel like going back into the show to remember what his name was. Like
was it Leon or something?
I don't
not remember. Leon.
We can give him a name. Let's give him a name. What we gonna call him?
We can call him Cuz. Let's call him Cuz.
Oh yeah, because his cousin did him dirty, right? That was him, right?
Yeah, that was him.
Was it Kyle?
No,
that wasn't Kyle. It wasn't Kyle. No, Kyle was the one that ended up friend zoning his way into a relationship. That was Kyle.
Was it Victor?
Oh.
Victor, I don't know.
That sounds. Look, I'm just agreeing. Like, that sounds
Victor
right.
That sounds good. He looked like a Victor.
Yeah,
so
look like a Victor.
I'm looking. There's Shannon, Bryce, Laura, Victor, Kyle.
Okay, he's Victor.
Victor. So,
what do we think about Victor? Like, he didn't have any relationships going on, right?
Well, he didn't. But to me, Victor was that one. Wasn't he the one when there was an issue between what's Brooks?
Oh wait,
name? Isn't that him? And he knew or something?
Yeah,
oh no, was that Kyle?
That was him.
So Victor was the confidant, right? Victor was a reliable friend that everybody could depend on.
Right. He knew where all the bones were buried.
A trauma dump.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the perfect phrase.
Yes.
It wasn't fair to Victor, and Victor didn't know how to set boundaries, right? Like he allowed, hence what happened with his cousin. Mm-hmm. His desperate need for acceptance and wanting to be part of a family structure or a group allowed him to allow other people to use them as they see fit. Because for him not to have a true characterization within the show, and that person in your life, right? Like you never really know what's going on with them. They're always around. You're not really sure what their angle is. Like, what is it that they really want out of life? They're just kind of like lollygagging on the sideline.
Yeah.
And those people are like good to have in your corner, but they're also questionable because I always say birds of a feather flock together. Yep. So because if he don't know where he going and he part of my crew, does that mean I don't know where I'm going?
Yeah. Possibly.
He was navigating his way through though.
Child, he failed.
Was he? Right.
How much he was navigating.
Right. Was he?
His compass was off.
Hey, I'm gonna need y'all to back off of the petty king. I mess with my dude Victor.
Why?
He is the petty king. He might have got 17 bands stolen from him by his cousin, but he got revenge. Caught dude, punched him in the mouth, and got his money back.
He did though.
He might have got
that to him. He did.
Right.
Okay. He might have got punked by the main character off of some foolishness that wasn't his fault, but he got him back when he got into the hottest party on the block. And the boys was like, "Hey, we your boys." And he looked back at them like they were peons.
Oh, he sure did.
He did.
I forgot about that.
Okay, he optically spit on the ground with his eyes.
I forgot about that.
Walked in the party like, I don't know these Negroes.
What? It was the comeback kid. That's the comeback kid.
Damn right. Petty God. I rock with
him. Bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I like Victor though. I don't know. He was like a flip-flopper. I feel like he was a flip-flopper.
Right. I feel like you could be a petty god if you had something to stand on. Like his whole character was like, meh.
Right. It was questionable the whole time.
You see how he got to the side in that picture though.
Okay. Hey, I think he's a reformed F-boy.
Okay.
That's what I think he is. I think conversations, here you go. If you take the conversations with the girl he took the money from and how he was running, it seemed like he had been running game on her. And she was like, she was at that moment I was talking about with Bryce. She was at that moment where I'm done. I want my money back and I want you out of my life. But as a man, he got her that money. He got her that money back. He got the forgiveness. Might not have been what he wanted. It might not have gotten you back in a relationship, but he got the forgiveness. And as a man, he didn't just go, man, I ain't got it. He went and got it. So he was an F-boy to start. He was just as bad as the main character in the beginning. I think by the end, he had a good character development. He became a man who stood on his ground, stood on his tens. He just ain't got no girl.
Another part. Another part that I pulled out of his character is the propensity for Black people, and what they do to us is that get rich quick. Right? There's always a scheme. Right?
There's always a scam.
Fall into money, and that because our desperation to get out of the hood or to finally move into a different socioeconomic status, that we're always looking for that next ride up. And whatever that is, even when it don't make sense, right? You never went to the restaurant, you didn't see any floor plan, you didn't see a business plan. Like that's not how you do business. But unfortunately, that is a very strong characterization of what's happening in the Black community. Like when you think about the multi-level marketing and all of the things that our parents used to do, and then whatever version of it is now, is that there's always a desire to get rich quick, and it's not real. There is no get rich quick.
How you get messed up.
That's what I got from his character. All that.
Y'all see why I talk about to me all the time?
I just want to say what's up to everybody that's responding in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Akasha, Tequila, Ricardo, we got Bones in the building. Thank you all so much. Anybody else that's watching out there in the clouds, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And we are able to take super chats. So if you feel like donating and just showing your appreciation, no pressure, but we appreciate it. All right. So we're gonna keep this party going. Victor, now that I know his name, we like him, we don't like him. How we feel about him overall?
I don't like him.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm good on Victor.
That was quick. I don't like him.
I'm good on Victor. He's a flip-flopper. I don't like that. I don't trust him. I can't trust him.
Okay.
No, I
don't
trust
fair.
him.
I think you ladies sit here and talk about people growing and showing growth, and now you're put in a position to watch a man who actually grew as a character, and now you say you don't like him. So
did he grow? We don't know that he grew. We don't know that he grew. We only saw No, I don't.
Just because he got his money back, he got his money back because it was paid back to him. He didn't get his money back because he became wiser and he made better investments. He got his money back because, like, how was that growth? You getting your money back from the person that owed you?
Ma'am, before he got that money back from the cousin, he fought and scratched to make the money to pay the woman back. He paid her back when he had nothing.
Okay.
He paid her back when he had nothing.
But he don't get no credit for that.
No. You do not get to say as he should have. Because a lot of people wouldn't have.
He took her money.
So it was his responsibility to pay.
Exactly. But how many people don't take that responsibility?
We're not talking about that many people. We're talking about Victor and the money that he took from this woman.
Right. Victor, he is known as
one at a time, guys.
You're moving the goalpost. You're moving the goalpost.
I am not. My goalpost is in the same position.
You are not using words against me.
You can't use it on me. Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, Dr. Mia using her doctor voice. Michael.
You see, I shut up.
I know, right?
I'm laying on my couch right now. Go ahead, doctor.
I am not going to give a fish for swimming in water. I'm not going to give a fish credit for swimming in water.
Oh, with her fire, with her boom.
Okay, ma'am. So you're saying I want to get this clear.
Wait. Let me finish my point though, because if he is the man that he has purport to be, right, and what he's delivered, him borrowing that money, it is automatic that he should do whatever he needs to do to pay that back. Like that is an expectation. Like you don't, granted, like you said, there's foul people that wouldn't do that, and you put them in that category. But if he is the man that we purport him to be, that he has had this growth, and no, like that's an expectation. Like he didn't do anything outside of the norm. Like for me. But maybe some other the shadiness out there, because I just don't deal with them characters.
Ma'am, in the beginning of the show of the season, he was a boy. He was the type of guy who wouldn't have paid her back. He had borrowed money from her in the past and not given it back. That's why she took a stand this time.
Right. So why you like him?
Whoa! I'm like, rock. I ain't say nothing.
Sorry.
Jesus, I feel attacked.
As you should.
I'm using their stuff.
I know, right?
Right? I'm gonna get the goalpost. So if he was an F boy in the beginning, right? If he was a whole sucker, right? And then by the end, he saw that I can't be a man of substance. I can't be a man that I want to be if I don't give this woman her money back. That is called growth. And you just told me when it came to Bryce that I had to respect a person's growth. So why do you not respect Victor's growth? He grew from an F boy to a man. Show that man respect for being who he is.
All right, Mike.
Thank you, ma'am. Hey, it's easy. I'm getting better over here.
Dang, I don't know how to drop bombs over here. Okay.
I just don't see the growth though. Like I just feel like he did what he was supposed to do. I don't think that that's growth. I think that's you being the person you're carrying. Like that's what you're supposed to do. If you take my money and you say you're gonna give it back, then run it back. Like where's the growth? That doesn't mean, oh, you took my money, you a F boy, now I'm paying you back. Yeah, I've grown because of what? You did what you were supposed to do. That's like having, your husband or your kid's father babysit their child. It doesn't make sense. You don't babysit your kid. You do what you're supposed to do as their dad.
Now let me use your own words against you. So you got a baby father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from birth to 5 years old,
mm-hmm.
he's bought one pack of diapers and bought over one McFlurry. That's it. And at 5 years old, every time you see him, they be like, people come over like, hey, so-and-so, your baby daddy over there. And you be like, I ain't, whatever, that nigga ain't nobody. I ain't worried about him. Like, I ain't gonna get nothing from him. He's worthless. He's worthless as a human being, right? You don't expect nothing from that person. But if at the age of 7, your child is 7, he shows up and he says, look, I feel like I've been a lame, okay? I want to step up and help. I can't pay all that back child support, but I just got my taxes. Here, take this money that I have, do whatever you got to do with it, and I got a little extra money. I'm going to pay for the 7th birthday party too. You're going to say something. You're going to go, wow, look at him, because you're trying to judge him off of who he should have been instead of who he was. He was I'm going to take this to church. He was backsliding. He was a fallen young man. But thank you, Jesus. But then he came to see the light. When the brother comes to see the light and he takes off the Ray-Bans, you must respect the optics. That's all I'm saying.
No, sir. You can keep your taxes. You can keep your back pay. You can keep the birthday money for the 7. Yeah, no, I'm not taking it. I'm good because I've already replaced you. She already has another man. I already have another man that's in my child's life that's good. We good. We good. I'm not the one. We good.
Well, then you are cutting off your nose to spite. That's not your money. That's your daughter's money. That's your
if he giving it, so why is he giving it to me and not her?
Then you being spiteful for you being
I'm
spiteful.
not being spiteful. No, I'm keeping the same energy you had for the last 7 years. We good.
Exactly. No. So now he can't be there for us. So now you're showing that you can't grow.
He can be there. He can be there, but I don't need the money. Right.
The money ain't for you.
So why are you talking to me about it? Give it to your daughter. But you probably don't know what to find her because you haven't been around.
Because she's 7, and if I gave her
she has a bank account at 7, and if you were her father, you would know that.
He obviously, this is what I'm saying. You keep judging him off of who you expected him to be.
No, it's a pattern at this point. It's been 7 years. This is not who he used to be. This is who he is.
And now he is not that person. You have to you just told me about growth. So now you're telling me. So now you're telling me that he can't grow.
But there has to be steps that lead to him to show that there is consistency, though. So Shaka, the first step could be him. Okay, like Mike said with the character. I'm gonna go back to the character. Victor. He has a history of being an F boy. Yep. But so for him to get to a point where he's able to show consistent growth in his character, it has to start somewhere. So that first step could be, what? I was an F boy in the past where I wouldn't have given him the money. Okay, let me start making my steps. Okay. I got her the money. Yeah, it is something where he should have done in the first place, but growth it's small. It has to
I hear what y'all are saying, and I will say this. I'll take the money, but I still don't trust him. That's
and you don't have to, and that's fair though. That's fair because it could be a one-time thing, but you have to give them the opportunity. You don't have to jump right in like, oh yeah, you made the biggest growth and now you're a reformed, a changed man. No, you don't have to trust him, but at least he's trying to show little pieces of growth. And I think that's what Victor
I'll take the money. Yeah, I'll take the money, but I don't trust Victor. I still don't trust Victor.
And that's fair.
Hey, nobody said you had to trust him. You just got to
because he might not get the money again next time, but
right. I don't trust him.
So yeah, don't trust him, but take the money, girl.
We shall see.
I like it.
All right.
Well done, young man.
Now, let's move on to a character that had a little bit more substance inside of the show. And let's talk about Shannon.
Okay,
Shannon. So Shannon, she was introduced early and she had a relationship. And we'll talk more about her relationship a little bit later. But she had a relationship with Blake. But just Shannon as a person, as a character, how do we feel about her?
I like Shannon.
Oh my.
I did.
Do you feel that she was a doormat at any point inside of the show?
I feel like Shannon actually she got she was the rebound girl. I feel like Shannon also brought something different than Brooke brought once we started talking about Brooke. But I did.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No. I was finished. I'm just saying I like Shannon.
Shannon was a big old baby.
Thank you.
Expound on that, please.
Can we elaborate? How was Shannon a baby?
So I think once you know what you've gotten yourself into, right? Like when you're in a relationship with somebody and we know the guy that she was dating, like he's a character, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you're signing up for that level of complexity, you got to come with your big girl draws on. It seemed like she whined and complained about everything.
Well,
like, she was never happy, and the fact that she depended on him so much, like she like her whole world revolved around him.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, Dr. Mia, and I'm not trying to cut you off, but can I just interject? I hear that yes, maybe she did seem as if she was complaining a lot, but look at where they started. When they first started, they were always together. So he set the tone of this relationship. He set the tone of how we're going to be. This is what we're doing. This is what my ex didn't do. This is what I would like for you, for us to be, because this is different. This is new to me. Okay. And then all of a sudden he couldn't maintain that. So is she really complaining, or is she just mad that he wasn't consistent like he pretended or portrayed to be?
I desperately believe that Shannon she put on to be more naive than she actually was, right? Like this whole like I don't know, the doughy puppy dog.
Doughy.
Oh my God, how can you do this to me? Like, I don't know. I think once somebody shows you who they are, and I guess that's just me, like how I believe and how I operate. Like once they show me who you are, like I can't keep falling for the same thing over and over again. And so at what point does she pack her back and say is enough enough? When does she choose her? And she has an opportunity to do that at every intersection. And she doesn't.
Because I think she's young.
She's waiting, right. Yeah, she's young, impressionable.
She hasn't experienced. Right. Well, she's whiny because I feel like she's whiny, and I will agree she was a little whiny. But I still like Shannon a little. I still like Shannon because I feel like she had her blinders on and she believed what this man said. And then when she started to see those red flags, and we've all, well, I can't say, I'm not going to speak for all of us. I have been there where you see the red flags, but instead of me saying, oh, they're red, I'm like, well, maybe they're like a red orange. Maybe they're not red. Right. I'm trying to recolor them. Right, but because I don't want to believe that. No, hers. No, that's definitely her fault. That's definitely her fault.
I like Shannon.
Something wrong.
I did. I like Shannon.
I mean, she's not perfect, but I like her.
Were y'all watching the same show?
I was.
We were.
I did not like Shannon.
I like Shannon.
So Shannon is the most professional victim woman ever.
Oh my God.
Everything happens to Shannon.
Right.
Everything is on Shannon. What you mean? Your mama died and you can't give me more attention?
No, I didn't like that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that.
Right. Okay, well, that's a primary example. If at the most complex level in my life and my mother has died and you are making this about you. Grow
she's
up.
Young.
No. You didn't give that boy no excuses. I don't want this shit.
Mike said we in our late 20s, early 30s, we grown.
You grown.
No, I mean, when I was in my late 20s, I didn't know nothing. I thought I knew it all.
That's not the point.
Stupid.
Hey, so when I said earlier that nobody gives you grace, nobody gives you grace for your trauma, y'all was all like, no, people can grow. But now this chick, what's up? Y'all got to pick a side.
Shaka, the man mom died.
I know.
All you could think about is yourself.
Oh, I'm not done.
I know.
I'm not done. Let me cook.
She's not perfect, but I like Shannon. I'm sorry. That was okay. That part I didn't like about Shannon.
She's flawed.
Let me cook. Let me give you other things not to like about Shannon.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm open.
All right. So this man tells you he cares for you. You guys have a spectacular time together. It's all going great. He's being as open as he can. He tells you about his ex. He tells you how horrible she was. He tries to be open, right? Then you see that man who hurt your heart, who broke your feelings, who destroyed who you were at your core as a woman, and you let the man upstairs in your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm in my late 20s. I'm stupid. I told you I am not the brightest star in the sky at that point.
If you get to use that, if you get to use, I'm in my early 20s, then all the F boys get to use the same thing too. So you don't get to pick and choose when it works.
I'm not picking and choosing, but what I will say is this: when I was Shannon's age, I made some stupid, dumb decisions when it came to men. I did. I made some dumb decisions. The same way. However, now as a as a middle-aged woman, I have learned I have learned those lessons. So yeah, no, now at 45, you are not coming upstairs. You know, I could care less about whatever you got going on. You know, kick rocks. But
but
when
I'm
I
not
was
done.
her age, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, but I'm not done.
Go ahead.
Then they smooth that over. Then his ex, who you know for a fact is toxic, because that's the only thing this man has ever talked about being with you. How his ex ruined everything about him. She horrible, can't stand this heifer. This heifer show up to the house, tell you she's pregnant, and she ain't trying to deal with you and da-da-da-da-da. Now you tell your man, and your reaction is vitriol and anger. The man learned from you. You know he didn't know what was going on. He ain't talked to her in how long? But
I don't know.
You're viciously upset at this guy for what another woman's done?
Yeah.
Okay, and if that makes sense to you, then there's absolutely nothing we'll ever agree on.
Hurt people. I don't care about this other your ex. I don't know her. I know you. You brought this to me. I was living my life in my early 20s, being stupid and dumb with my blinders on. And here y'all come with real life stuff. It's a problem.
You mean like you had your man up in your apartment when me and you was trying to grow and trying to be something, and I had to forgive you?
Right, but
it's not about me right now. It's about you. Focus.
No. Yo.
That's what she was saying. I'm saying, not me, Mike.
I know. And I'm saying, women just be talking.
She's not talking. This is really what her thought process was.
Right, and all before that, it was, I don't care about your ex. I know she's horrible. I'm here for you. I'll always be there for you.
Right.
You forgave me, so I forgive you. We understand each other. We're symbiotic. Hold up, that bitch pregnant. I ain't dealing with you. Women just be talking.
She in my face is different now. It's one thing I can say whatever I want to say about your ex because I don't know her. But then when she show up at your apartment unannounced.
And she showed up at a time that him and her were kind of like on the earth. Anyway,
they weren't in a good place. Right.
Beautiful ladies. You do understand that's the definition of just talking, right? If I can say something and say I'm standing on it, and then when the situation occurs, I can go, well, now it's real. I don't like it.
But that's everybody, though. You don't 100% know how you're going to respond to something until you're in that situation.
Hey, I'm sorry, ladies. If there's somebody in my life that I say I got you 100%, as long as you ain't bang no child, I got you 100%. Even if you wrong, I'm going to tell you wrong, but I still ride with you. When I say I feel a way, I feel a way. If I say I love you, I love you. That's that. Even if I'm mad at you, I love you. Anyone that's dating me will tell
you. Is the microphone on? Hello.
But that's what Shannon said, Mike.
You want me to mute them, Mia?
Go ahead, Mia. I'm sorry.
We don't have to be like Trevor, put them on a timer because once they.
But it was my turn.
She
got to go, and I was supposed to go second. It was my turn.
I'm sorry. My bad.
I ain't mad. I'll
mute myself.
I feel like Shannon is a quid pro quo lover, right? You do this, I do that, you did it. Like this is it's the back and forth. Like she did a whole bunch of back and forth because she wasn't really willing to extend grace until she had the situation with her ex, right?
Exactly.
So only when she can see herself at fault, and she needed a way to weasel herself out. Like she didn't understand it. Like you said, yes, she might have been young, but she absolutely used her experiences as passes. And then when that had to be reciprocated, she took it back.
Thank you. I would have said that if I wasn't cut off.
Don't do that.
I muted myself. I muted myself.
You make my sissy mute her damn self.
I muted myself.
All right.
You know what? That's gross. I respect that, Shaka.
Right, I'm a reformed F boy.
I can tell. I seen your trailer crying home.
You see my growth? You see that?
It was a bunch of little dudes out there in hoochie daddy shorts crying.
Man. So Mike, you don't like Shannon?
No, Shannon was a professional victim who looked for anything to be hurt about. How you take somebody mama dying as
that was
affecting you. You're supposed to shut up and support.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Dr. Mia, you
100%.
don't like Shannon.
No, Shannon, if you want to play with the big boys, you got to act like a big boy. Like you wanted to be mature, but you didn't want to be mature. You wanted to be a grown woman, but you didn't want to be a grown woman. You wanted to be a supportive girlfriend, but you didn't want to be a supportive girlfriend. Like, girl, this is not double dutch. Pick one.
Hello.
She just double dutching, trying to, okay, when can I jump in?
You feel me?
Shaka, you like Shannon?
I do like Shannon, even though she's a whiny little girl who is young, who doesn't support her man when the mama died. But I like.
Damn. She sounded like one of those medicine commercials Trevor and I were watching. It's like, okay, you want clear skin? Great, but the side effects are AIDS and yeast infections and diarrhea and heartburn and suicide. Like, but your face is
cancer and only 3 toes.
But your face will be clear.
You feel
Right.
me?
I just feel like Shannon is the female version of Victor. She is growing. There is growth, y'all. Just give it a couple seasons. She coming. She gonna come through.
I'm gonna give her the same grace you gave Victor. None.
She didn't give Victor no grace, Mike.
Exactly. Not a drop.
That's fair, and that's fair. I'll take that. That's fair.
But I don't know if Shannon is gonna pop up in season 2 though, because in season 2 is like they're backtracking. So I'm wondering, will we see more of her either towards the end of the season, or maybe if they get to a season 3, hopefully they don't make us wait 7 more years before the next season like they did from season 1 to season 2.
I hope.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Mimi. Let me save you asking me one question about everyone. I didn't like none of them characters.
Oh,
stop it! That was my word.
I know. Yeah, Mike said that in the chat. He like, I don't like none of them. No, he said I hate all of them.
I hate all of them.
That's what he said.
Hate is such a strong word,
and I mean it.
I would say, but I feel like when Mike used the word hate, he mean it from his chest.
Nene, you understand me? Nene gonna be my new animal. You're gonna be my new spirit animal.
You might not say it often, but when you use the word hate, you mean it with your whole chest.
Who don't say he hate often? He say he hate a lot of things.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I say extremely perturbed.
All right, we're about to hop on another woman up there, and I think we should talk about Laura.
Oh,
damn, y'all! Wait a minute.
Good Lord.
Laura,
Mike,
so Laura is married.
I agree so much. Oh my God.
Laura was married to Spencer. We'll talk more about Spencer later, but let's focus on Laura. I'm learning more about her in season 2, which makes season 1 make some sense for some things. But season 1, what do we think about Laura?
You go first, Mike.
Oh, well
I kind of know what that sound y'all made. Like, ugh.
I hate Laura. Laura is one of those women who feel like she won the whole lottery. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, that's right. The rest of y'all heifers ain't nothing. I won the slut. That's right. I got him. And then that's my slut bag. And then cry at the end of the day when she find out, hold up, you was really a slut. What? No.
I didn't know you was for real.
Exactly. I can't stand. There is no woman on the planet I hate more than a chick who fall in love with a piece of garbage and then cry about it later. I've seen them chicks since elementary school. I've seen them in middle school. Oh my God, I saw him in high school. Baby, I'm like, every girl come and tell you, what are you doing? He's a dog. He a dog with y'all. He ain't a dog with me. Okay.
He my dog.
Exactly. And then when he smashed your mama and your 3 cousins, you want to cry to the good dude about it. Damn. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I don't want to hear it. And I take it personal because I've been that good dude who had to hear him. And I mean, I got smashed too. But you know what I'm saying? So I had to listen because I got smashed. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to come around and then, because you know what? They're the kind of women that end up hurting the good dudes. They're the type of women who go, men ain't nothing. And then I go, no, the men you like ain't nothing. Shut up. That's them. Wow. That's basically them. Wow. And that's why I get mad at you 3, because you 3, I'm going to tell you why.
We're talking about Laura. Wait a minute.
I know. I'm talking about y'all, though. I'm talking about y'all because you 3 are women that I have to deal with on a regular basis. and I happen to respect each one of you differently and in different ways and for different reasons. And because of that respect, it hurts my feelings when idiots, morons, and thottery plants get your respect. Yeah, thottery plants, like petri dishes without thoughts in them. Anyway, but they disgust me because you guys look at them as being on your level, and I hold all of you well above thotteries, well above skank bags, well above sketels, and for some reason you continue to look at these morons as women on your level. I want you to look at them and go. I want you to look at them.
Let them finish talking.
Sorry, I want you to look at them like
what did I do?
I don't know what that. Hey, I can talk through anything. Don't nothing bother me.
Jesus, what did I do, y'all?
I want you to look at them women like husband. Victor looked at those dudes outside of the party. I want you to look back at them women like Michael told me about y'all. Y'all are disgusting. And then walk up there above the stage, into the steps, into the clouds with us grown-ups who are really doing their thing. You guys keep looking at these raggedy heifers like they worth something, and that's why they think they worth something. If you treated them like they should be treated, then we would all be able to look at them and scorn them, and then I can look at you guys as my partners.
It's
right, I'm done.
I'm just happy with the fact that he said that he respects us. So
I do. You think I talk to people I don't respect? You think I talk to people I don't respect?
We pissed him off because we have to realize that a lot of skanks out there are not like us. So when he talks about those women, we're like, but they are not like us, and we need to go.
Michael, I am my sister's keeper.
No, the hell you're not.
We have to hold our sisters accountable, though.
Right. I think there's a difference, Michael. There's a difference between how you describe how I think women just aren't built that way, right? So as nurturers, right? And if you're truly in your nurturing form, you're just not built that way. Like I couldn't look down on another woman. I would question every aspect about who she is and help guide her and be like, no, this is not the way, because I truly feel like she was just misled. Because remember, I always tell you this, one jacked up mom impacts 3 generations. And so if it impacts 3 generations, the potential for that middle generation to get it right when her shit has already been messed up from the jack up grandmother, like understanding that when you lead with that, no, you can't look at and be like, oh, you're a thought, you'll never be more than a thought, and you're going to be a thought all your life till the day you thought die. Like, no, that's not how I feel. Like, I don't believe that.
I think you do believe that. And you know what I believe? I think if you saved all that energy you waste on these thought plants and you gave it to their kids, or you gave it to another generation, or to the men that can use your help that want to be better.
It's got to be right.
Because by default, you cannot help a 40-year-old thought, baby girl. You cannot help a 40-year-old thought. If she a 40-year-old thought, so that's just like saying, her thought life.
She can grow.
Yeah, so she can grow down the street, not here.
Then what would be the point? What would be the point of having clinicians like myself if you can't 40-year-old thought? Like if we don't believe that the brain has the propensity to change or to develop new muscles, then what would be the purpose of my whole career?
To make money to support your children.
I am a reformed thought, Mike. There's hope.
Ma'am, what age did you start reforming?
But he's saying that you didn't become reformed in your 40s, though.
Thank you.
By the time you hit 40, you hit that. No, you didn't, Shaka. Stop.
Okay. All right.
Stop lying.
Okay.
No, you know what it is?
I've known you since I was
14.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay.
Shaka just likes being on the other side.
I try. No, okay. Well, can I interject for a second? Can we go back to Laura and not like us and our thoughtiness? What was Ricardo got the replay of what Mike called us? Hold
on, let me go back.
I
like that. Ricardo said idiots, morons, and thottery plants.
The thottery plants in the petri dish. Yes,
the skittles. You better recap, Ricardo.
I said all of that.
You said all that, Mike.
You said all that, Mike.
I'm gonna put it on a T-shirt for you.
For real. So I feel like Laura is that woman, and I'm probably gonna get some backlash for this. And I'm gonna stand on what I say. Laura is that wife that makes it easy for side chicks. Laura is that wife or that woman that makes it easy to be, to also have her man. because she literally is. I don't know if y'all have seen that TikTok where the little old lady is in the car and she like singing Christmas la 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 la. Like that is Laura. She is just oblivious to what she sees. She know what's happening because at the end of the day, you know your man. But Laura just acts like I'm just gonna keep living my life, and I know that it's something that we're lacking, and I know that he's seeing somebody else. I can't prove it, so I'm gonna try to step my game up. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. And she just
Until it hit her in the
constantly,
face.
exactly, until now it's like you're so angry at him when you really should be angry at yourself. A man is only gonna do to you what you allow him to do. She allowed this man to do these things.
I am so confused.
Right, because how could you not see that with Shannon?
No, how did she literally just say what I said with just a girly voice, but not agree with me? Like everything you just said is what I said.
Mike, I never said I didn't agree with you, Mike. I agree with you. We don't like Laura.
Okay, I just feel like you always disagree with me. I'm sorry.
I did.
Just want her to not agree.
It feels like no matter, because I remember her saying, "Well, what if I was?" And all right, my bad. Hey, those are valiant and fantastic, Miss Shaka.
Thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you. You attacked yourself.
All the way from Germany.
Maybe.
Nene, we got somebody checking in from Germany. Okay,
I know.
Germany,
Hey there, thank you for joining us from Germany.
You gotta watch Makeup the Breakup so that you can understand this dialogue.
Why, y'all?
I'm Newton bitter.
All right, so we feel like Laura brought her issues with her husband, brought them upon herself.
Okay, so this is my take on Laura. For me, definitely, I agree with Shaka living in the La La Land. Laura, because it talks about the fact that she got pregnant with the child, which is why Spence decided to wife her. Mm-hmm. And so the question is, like, you went into this marriage knowing that you weren't the choice. You were the reason. Right?
Ooh,
You were just the reason. So with you leading with that, everything that you're going to build upon this reasonable marriage is not going to be on solid foundation. But it was much more important for her to maintain that imagery, just like Mike said. Like, she was like, I got the prize, right? And look at me. I can show off to my friends that I'm married and I have a house and I have this. Like, she really was into the imagery of what marriage is, not realizing like you don't have a marriage, ma'am. Yeah. And you married a dog.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But she was gonna hold on to that and gonna blame him for what happened in the relationship. Yeah, I agree. She did that herself. She built that marriage on reason.
Oh, and there's two other reasons I hate her. One of them I'm gonna save for Spencer. And the other thing I hate her for is because I don't care if y'all don't agree with me. I don't care.
We know you don't.
Thank you. Yo, Nene, I don't know who you are today, but I feel like closer to you. I don't know what's going on. I feel like you're like understanding me today. I feel like, I don't know, like maybe you took a Michael pill or something, and like you feel, I don't know what it is, but I want to hug you.
Don't do drugs.
Okay, I don't know. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm high because I've been on hella drugs lately. But I want y'all to know this. She is a horrible human being because the one actual good guy on this show, she's strung along for decades.
Kyle?
Yes. Putting him in the background, keeping him as the in-place.
But he was married.
Yeah, of course he was. But guess what? He would have left his wife in a second for her if she asked.
But we're not promoting making someone leave their wife.
I'm not saying that she should have. I'm saying she kept him in the background knowing he would. If I'm with somebody and it's on me, maybe you as women won't agree. But if I know there's a woman that's in love with me and she's married, we can't be cool no more.
I feel you.
Because I'm not gonna be, because if it's a bad day and then something miraculously happens between us, and I know it was always there, it's my fault. If I keep you in my background when I know you want me, it's on me. She know what she was doing with him, and then she played him the whole time she was going through the divorce. Dunkashane. The whole time she was going through the divorce, she was playing him. having them on there, stringing them up. I don't know if I want to get serious. I just want you around the. Hey, oh look, I got these cabinets that need to be put up. Would you mind?
And Kyle was right there.
Exactly. She was playing him the whole time, and he a whole sucker for falling for it, and he a sucker because I promise, and I have not seen season 3. I think she gonna go back to Spencer eventually. I think she gonna get jealous when Spencer get himself together, and she gonna. All right, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
Right. So I'm about to throw a whole wrench in this, and I'm about to go colorism, and I know this is gonna be a whole different conversation. But I feel me being a dark skinned girl and how I have moved through life and how things have happened.
And
I
beautiful,
feel like
dark skinned and beautiful. Say the whole thing.
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like some fair skinned women move differently because it is the assumption that she can have whatever she wants.
I will agree with you.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Laura. She light skinned. Light skinned women move different.
Yeah.
Man, Laura was the darkest woman in this cast.
Laura?
No, Laura was not. No,
Laura was lighter than Brooke and Shannon.
Yes,
Laura. Man, I think Brooke the lightest one. Brooke yellow as hell.
I think we're mixing them up.
No.
Hey,
Laura
maybe it's her attitude because Brooke gave off light skin.
Yeah, Brooke. Yeah, you right.
No, now Brooke definitely was light skin energy.
Oh no, not Brooke, but Brooke was. Yeah, Brooke. She's not dark, but she's not light.
Okay.
Brooke is darker than Laura and Shannon, though.
She is.
Shannon was the sexiest one in the whole show.
Who was?
No, you thought Brooke was darker than Shannon. I thought Shannon was it was Laura, Brooke, then Shannon. Yeah, Shannon was like coffee and cream.
I lick. Never mind.
Wait, who's talking about licking? Which one, Mike?
Shannon. I think Shannon the finest one in the show.
Oh.
She just rang when she started talking. Everything goes soft when she started talking.
I didn't like her teeth.
Wait, I think Brooke is. I didn't like Brooke's teeth. No, I didn't like Brooke's teeth.
I know y'all are women. I did not see anybody's teeth.
Wait, stop. Who teeth we don't like?
We don't like Brooke. I don't like Brooke.
I don't like Brooke or Shannon's teeth. Right.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't like. I'm looking at a different picture. Yeah, I didn't like her teeth.
Hey, but I love Shannon's hair and I love Brooke's style.
Michael's like, ain't nobody look at they damn.
Ain't nobody see no damn teeth.
Mike,
I ain't see no teeth.
Mike, who you a lick though?
Shannon.
Yeah,
Shannon.
I licked the chocolate off the Shannon.
Okay.
Oh my God. But Brooke got a nice booty.
Laura is the epitome of ruin it for everybody. Like she moved in a realm and she did things that she knew what the end game was, and she continued in it. She played victim too.
Didn't she get a phone call from
absolutely
from Evelyn?
Yeah, and okay.
What you call her?
Evelyn. Miss Harp, and I hate her so much because I know what the show's gonna do. But we'll get to her later. But I can't stand. Oh my God.
So we don't like Laura.
No, I can't stand.
No, we don't.
I told you I hate everybody.
But I think they want us to like her and feel for her because she was the one that was being cheated.
No. The one they want us to like, we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah.
The one they want us to like, we haven't talked about it yet.
Before we move on, can I just say that Go Cowboys 21-13? Okay, as you were.
Mm-hmm. I will kick you in every ankle.
You shall not kick my sissy.
I hope your baby toe get caught on that. Never mind.
Not the baby toe.
Why you gotta bring the kids
into the most painful.
That baby toe hurt.
Damn.
And I still got all my nail color and everything. Why would you wish that upon
I'm about to move. Who y'all think I'm going to next?
Oh, we already know.
No, I think you're going to
Spencer.
What we think about Spencer?
He's a hoe.
I thought y'all was gonna go.
I
was gonna say Spencer and Brooke for last. Did we talk about?
No, we gotta save the Brooke and her ex for last.
Nope.
Oh, okay, yeah, Spencer. No, but I feel like the whole show was centered around Spencer and Brooke. Like everything Spencer and Brooke did. Everything that Spencer and Brooke did resulted and impacted everybody's life.
No, I think the show was centered around Brooke. Brooke is the rotten piece of fruit that ruined everything around it.
Spencer,
all right, let's talk about Spencer. Spencer.
Who want to go first?
So I'll go because I get lost in y'all words. Once y'all start going back.
Get lost in my lyrics. Okay.
Spencer is, I believe, one of the main characters. And I believe that everything happened because of how Spencer moved with Brooke. Like it was like a cause and effect, right? With everything that happened, because if they were dating in college and he would have confessed his love and did right by Brooke and they would have ended up together, none of these other people would have existed. Like it would have just been him and Brooke. Like they were like the original lovers. Like they are the ones that should have been together. But because of all of the drama that what happened between them, they triangulated everybody else in the doggone show. Like it was one big cluster blank.
Ma'am, I think you are reading way too deeply and incorrectly in this. This is about Brooke. Spencer is a catalyst for Brooke's thottery, but that's it. Spencer, he did not, don't get me wrong, he's a whore. He's a whorish piece of crap.
Okay, thank you.
He's a whorish piece of garbage. But he didn't want to leave Brooke. Do you remember why he left Brooke?
Pregnancy.
No, the abortion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. I meant to say the abortion.
Because she did that to him. And then he's like, well, in his thottery escapades, he got Laura pregnant and said, well, at least I got a live baby over here. Let me stick with this. That's all Brooke. That's all Brooke's horrible human being. She's horrible human being. She's bad at being a human. But that's why everything is on her, in my eyes.
Stay on Spencer.
So why did she have the abortion again?
Say it again.
Stay focused on Spencer.
What?
Spencer is a piece of trash because Spencer is a grown child, right? Yep. Spencer is like if you tell a kid, hey, let's go to McDonald's, and they go, okay, and then you go, they got the burger, the hamburger, what do you call it? The hamburger Happy Meal.
Happy Meal.
They got the McNugget Happy Meal, and then they got this brand new chicken wing Happy Meal. We'll just make one up for the hell of it. Which one do you want? And then the kid sitting there looking like they in a cold sweat. Oh my God, I like wings, but I like nuggets too. But that hamburger look juicy. Oh my God, I want all of them. That's Spencer. Spencer just does whatever. He's like an open libido. It's just, ooh, this wants me right now. This is where I want to be. I love her for the moment. Oh, so but she got a fat ass too. I love her too. Oh, but
so can I? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Don't cut him off.
But she got her hair done today. I love her now. But she rocking that Sean John. I love her for the 90s. Like, he loves anything.
He's just being a man, you mean?
No, because I'm a man and I don't swing like that. You heard what I said. He ain't a man. He's being a boy. He's a little boy. That's why I said boy in the first. He moved like a boy for most of the show. He moved like a boy until that woman, until Laura finally, can't stand Laura, but she did put him in his place and finally reject him, which is what he's not used to. Mm-hmm. That's his problem. He's so used to being accepted for being a whore that he's never felt it before. And when he finally gets rejected, because Brooke didn't reject him, he dropped her. He took Laura. He had to have the black girl, the black girl who was on her stuff and said, I didn't want you, but I'm messing with these old dudes to ruin these old dudes' lives and take their money. But what did he do? He had to have her, right? Because he's one of those types of guys. He's a guy who has to have whatever he has, whatever I want this week, I have to have. He is a shitty human being. He deserves nothing, but he'll get what he wants because he's attractive to women, and women will continually fall for his bullshit. He is the type of man that makes being a man like I am difficult because I have to compete with him, and he's going to get it. That's why I have what's called after party game. I don't have club game. So in the club, he's going to win 10 times out of 10. In the after party, I'm going to win 6 times out of 10 because you got to speak. As soon as he starts speaking, you realize what he is. Some women will go, I don't care. He look good. I'm going to still smash. Some women will go, well, I'm going to go ahead and sleep with Mike because Mike probably won't give me chlamydia. But there'll still be a bunch of women that'll go mess with him. He is the problem. And until he grows up, he is going to spread his cancer just like other females who are light-skinned with nice booties who apparently y'all said ain't got no good teeth. I'm done.
And there you have it from Mike.
So
You can't come back.
I will agree with Dr. Mia. I will also agree with Mike.
What?
Remember, I said that I am not a fan of Spencer.
Mhm.
However, Spencer is that man. He is that toxic man that
Mm.
you ain't got no business dealing with. You know his situation, you know all the things about him, but it's just something about that toxicness that he gives off that I'm gonna forever be like, oh, Spencer.
That toxicity is a
Is it? Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Ooh, it is. Oof, yes, it
Mm.
is. It is horrid. However,
Can
I
somebody
don't like Spencer,
timestamp that?
but
Timestamp what you said?
mm, mm,
You say timestamp it.
Yeah, I want to record on her saying
mm. Mike, I've agreed with you before. Calm down.
no, not the agreeing, the part where you just said
The
about
what?
Spencer.
About Spencer.
What? What?
The
Not
part you
liking
just said
him?
about Spencer.
I
When
don't.
I
I don't
blame
like
women
him.
and I say it's y'all
Yeah.
fault for choosing these pieces of garbage,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
yes,
We
thank
yes
you.
we own that. No one has ever said we don't own that. We own that.
Oh, most women don't. I
Well,
promise you.
I own it. I own it. I have dated plenty of pieces of crap.
We had a whole episode about
A
it.
whole episode about it.
We own up to our toxicity.
Right. I might even have. Right. I might not said it. Yes. I know. I know me. I know me very well. I know me better than you know me. I know what
What
my flaws are in these relationships. I know exactly what to do, to say, to push your button. Yes, I am the petty queen. I know all these things. I never not own my son. I get it. But it's something about that Spencer. I
ugh,
get it, Brooke. I get it, Laura. I get
It's
it.
a
I
goatee.
get it. I understand.
We
I
appreciate you watching for
understand.
Germany, but we're not doing no drunken challenges on the show, baby. We're not doing that. I'm looking in the chat, y'all. I'm sorry.
no
It's
problem.
okay.
Our friend from Germany, he's drunk and he going through some stuff
Yeah,
over there. So, but
he
yeah,
just
but we're not
happened to
doing
fall
that.
upon us, right? Um,
Okay.
I'm not
I
mad. Have fun, bro.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think Spencer is. I mean, I know. This is the conversation, just like how you keep saying, about all of these women and how women are and how these thoughts are and da 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 da. Like I feel the same way about like men like Spencer. Like Michael, if more men like you were willing to put men like Spencer in their places and have them own their shit, right? Because I don't, and we talked about men keeping men accountable. Like there's a different level of
Right.
accountability when a man, square up with you, like, no, dude, you ain't shit. Like you don't do that. And I don't think there's enough men doing that, holding each other accountable. Just like, you said it's good for women to hold women accountable. I think we need to just keep each other accountable because Spencer moved like a lot of these men out here.
Nene, before you jump in and ask that question, I wanna tell you an answer to what you just said, Mia. The reason why men like Spencer will never be held accountable is because women will continually sleep with them.
Gonna say he's gonna continue to get the women.
He's
Yep.
gonna continue to get
Yep.
the drunk.
Yeah.
I could talk about Spencer I'll tell you this. I've been talking about Spencers since elementary school. I know that I can tell you the name of the dude, and you know who I'm talking about. I did it in middle school. And I would tell him, I look at the girl. There was a girl, I ain't gonna say her name, but she had a messed up tongue. You should know who I'm talking about there. And when I liked her early on, and I said, yo, I can't dirty Mac, but it looked like you like homeboy. And she was like, I don't know, it's just something about him. And I was like, well, I dig you or whatever, but if that's the way you going, I'm gonna go ahead and bow out because I know I'm not gonna try to compete with that because I don't have that level of toxicity. That's not what I said because toxicity wasn't a word back then, but you know what I'm trying to say. And she said, oh, well, I guess you just gonna quit. And I said, if that's the way you want to play it,
Oh
cool.
wow.
I know who I am, and I know I'm a good motherfucker. And if you don't want to, sorry, God dog it, I'm sorry. And I know I'm a cool dude. If you don't want to mess with me, fine. And she went on to mess with that dude, and he dogged her out so hard all of seventh grade. I remember it like it was yesterday. And in eighth grade, when we were about to graduate, she tried to come up to me and be like, yo, we used to be so close. We used to be so cool. And I said, yeah. And then you subjected yourself to becoming another statistic. What you think I want with you now? And she had the nerve to be upset with me instead of accepting the fact that she did it to herself. Now, don't get me wrong. We were all young. We all been young. But I know when someone's trying to play me. I know when a woman doesn't Right now, if a girl came up on IG and was bad as hell and was like, "Hey, I saw your profile. I'm trying to smash. What's up?" My initial thing's gonna be like, "No, you either a dude or this is some kind of prank." Because women that look good don't put themselves out like that. And I know this because of life. And women know that men that look like that, no matter what they tell you on the phone at night, no matter what they tell you when y'all cuddle up on the bleachers, no matter what they tell you on the little date in the nice restaurant, Shea Leggero, no matter what he's telling you, you know he want them draws, and you know once he get them draws, he ain't gonna want you no more. You know it, I know it, but y'all act like you can't figure it out for yourself. So why am I gonna feel bad?
This is becoming
men. You can't blame men
a man
you
talk
continually
Monday.
the vagina to.
This is becoming a man talk Monday.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Mike, can you turn down your testosterone, please, just a little?
Oh God!
Hey, as long as you smell it, man.
Ooh. Mike, you owe $10 to the super chat for dropping the F-bomb.
Yeah, I got you.
Pew, 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 pew. Oh, but could I answer Ricardo's question?
I was gonna say, let's go ahead and throw that question back up. So Ricardo says, is women liking Spencer's toxicity due to the idea of changing a dude like him for the better? And that's a really good question.
Right. Yes and no. Yes, Ricardo, I say yes, because I mean, you know, those of us women who want to, you know, nurture that man, or you know, what's the word I'm looking for? That want to be, you want to change him. We do. I did. I used to love a good project. I love a good what? Your mama don't love you like you need. She didn't hug you enough as a child. Your sister doesn't talk to you. Oh my God, come here. Let me love you. Let me show you this. Let me because I'm gonna change him. I know he's a known hoe. I know this. We all know he's a known hoe. But I'm gonna change him because he's just gonna be a hoe for me and not any shit. Yes, we love a great challenge. Absolutely. So yes, Ricardo.
Because their vagina's the special one. That's what it really is. My vagina's the one that's gonna make him conform. My punani's so good, he gonna get it and forget about all the rest of them areolas.
No, he forget about them, but it did.
Mike and his words tonight, the libidos, the areolas.
Areola's my favorite part of woman. I'm sorry. I love areolas. They're delicious.
I'm sorry.
I do. I'm sorry. I'm honest. I'm sorry. They're wonderful.
I think the people will never change for another person. People only change because they see the benefit for themselves.
Exactly.
So I think that's, you know, like that's a default in society, and a huge misconception that you can change anybody. You can't change them. They got to see the potential for growth and the benefit to their own life to make that change. And unfortunately, the Spencers of the world, until they make that decision to be better men, they're going to stay being terrible human beings.
And the women of the world, until they wake up and realize, why am I giving my vagina to a guy who treats it like a disposable Walmart bag?
Damn.
Maybe, because guess what? You know what does change it? Getting used by Spencers every week.
Right.
Yeah, it makes you a bitter heifer, and it makes me have to deal with you. And I don't want to. I'm good. I'll holler at your sister. No thanks.
Not the sister.
Right, Lord.
But wasn't it crazy how Spencer was like, oh, you know, this is the part I hate. Like, oh, when the thing with Brooke didn't work out, and he wanted his family back, and he gave Laura all of this grief about moving on. Like, I hate when you messed up, but then you try to hold the other person and make this and then guilt them on moving on. You know, now granted, Laura was like shady for keeping the guy around and pretending to be friends. Like the way she did that, like that's messy. Like they should have never been interacting with their spouses, knowing that they low-key like each other. Like that's just disrespectful.
You ladies
but oftentimes people, once they fall out or they're out of the relationship, they try to control how the person moves, and that just speaks to his controlling nature, his womanizing behavior.
You ladies think backward. You're supposed to be happy when somebody does things like that. I love nothing better than when a woman like bounces from someone and tries to bounce back to me. I love that. When you show me who you really are, that's all the confirmation I need. What you need to do is not fall for it. That's the problem. The problem is women keep falling for the BS. If he come back, she knew he was smashing Brooke. Her homegirl told her.
Yeah.
And then he bounced back. I want my family back. She really thought about it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The problem is, as an adult person, you don't make that switch. That's, oh wow, this thought isn't free for all. He realized that the McNugget Happy Meal isn't there anymore. He's just trying to get the burger.
There was no more McThought.
You are not meant for this analogy, boo boo.
She tried though. She tried, Mike.
Yeah, leave alone. Go ahead, Dr. Mia.
I love you regardless.
I like Ricardo's comment. Deflecting and projecting usually occurs sometimes in F-boy behavior.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Oh, God, they are masters.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stonewalling, the gaslighting.
And the
as a woman, you're supposed to be happy.
Amazing. It's so amazing.
As a woman, you should be happy to see those signs. Those are the flags you look for.
But unfortunately, we see those signs and we talk ourselves into, like you said, being able, I can change that, or he won't be like that with me. And
instead of believing those true colors, we repaint them.
And now you see why I'm angry every Man Talk Monday.
I'm not
understanding
angry.
you more.
Right.
Thank you. I don't know what's wrong with you, Nene, but keep it going. Be contagious.
Wow.
All right. So we don't like Spencer.
Because I love y'all,
we
man.
don't, but we love his toxicity.
And that's the problem.
We don't.
You by yourself, Shaka.
We don't. I'm gonna say no. We don't.
No, Shaka's not.
Not Shaka. I'm saying.
Oh, you talk about
the women. Okay.
They love the toxicity because you got Laura still thinking about, well, maybe I don't know.
And he's not gonna change because he's going to keep getting somebody.
Exactly. And then you got Brooke flip flopper to whomever, whenever, whatever. So they love his. When I say we love his toxicity, meaning the women on the show, they love.
Speaking of the women on the show, let's go ahead. Oh no, not yet. Hold on.
Get Blake.
We gonna stick with the men.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll bring that commercial voice back after this one. Blake. I wasted my good commercial voice. I bring it back.
I know, right?
Blake.
Boo.
Oh shit.
Boo.
So for those of you that did not watch the show yet, you need to go watch it. So Blake, the show is based on basically this. It's not an experiment, but they're like in a therapy type thing.
Yeah, it's a research.
Research. That's it. Thank you. So it's Brooke and Blake. They're in a relationship. He's, I guess, blindsided, and he starts this little journey with Shannon, who we obviously, some of us like, some of us don't like. But yeah, Blake is.
So they opted into the research in lieu of therapy. Like that's what I got is that, he was like, instead of going through this whole process of going through therapy, let's join this research. And so we'll get an opportunity to kind of like hash things out in a group setting, and it won't be too much. And then, of course, he could make it more palatable for him to do it, so Shannon would be okay with it. If you're not talking about, I want to go to therapy with my ex, like I don't think it ever went over well. But Blake is drama. Blake has so many issues.
All that.
I feel like he's a facade. Like he is, he's that puddle of water in the desert, and you get close to it and you realize it's a pile of sand. He was very inconsistent in who he was, how he operated with Shannon, how he operated with Brooke. I think he portrayed to be confident, but he really wasn't as confident as he was. Like he seemed to have it all together. He had a good job.
There you go.
And that he seemed like he had it together, but he was really a basket case.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the fact that he pretended to have it together, and therefore he made the women in his life seem like they were so like off kilter. But in actuality, if he was steering the boat and he don't got his stuff together, that's why they off kilter. Like you can't follow somebody that don't know how to lead. But he presented himself as somebody that could lead.
Yes. I agree with you, Dr.
That's
Miller.
deep.
Yeah, Blake is the epitome of a real F-boy. You portray, you come off like you got this, you got that. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm moving. And you're like, oh man, I finally got me a man that seems to know what he wants, and he has no idea what he wants. He don't know anything. He is Tyrese and Baby Boy. Like, what are you doing? You are so inconsistent. You are all over the place. You telling me one thing, telling yourself something else, telling your homeboy something else. Everybody's involved in everybody's business. You so worried about nothing and everything at the same time. But then I got to be a good woman to you when you don't even know what it is that you want or who you are. Like, how am I supposed to love you when you don't even know what love is or yourself? So make it make sense. Couldn't stand them. Boo. Okay, that's it.
Right. I guess it's my turn.
Yes, Mike.
I hate you, Blake. I really do. You are not an F boy, even though I know she just called you one, but you're not. I don't think you have the skill to be an F boy. I think you are a lost little child who is so enthralled with the thought of being the man, who's so in love with the thought of being a man, who is so engaged with the process and with the end result of being a man that he forgot to go through the process of becoming a man. He sees the goal, he sees his dad, and he sees what he wants to be, but he doesn't take the journey. He's like a popcorn bag version of a man. He's like a TV dinner version of a man. Like he's number one. How are you gonna tell me that you're gonna be in a relationship with a woman like you were with, and you don't know she's not happy? Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who could fake the funk, but if you as a man know you aren't being a man, it's impossible for a woman that you're with to be happy with that. That's one. And that's, y'all ain't gonna understand that. Men understand what I'm talking about. If you're not being the man you know you're supposed to be, it's impossible for that woman that you're with to be happy. She might be content. She might be cool because she loves you, but she's not the type of happy that the man you're supposed to be is supposed to be making her. And he knew that. And it's impossible for him to even think about bringing a ring to that woman. Bringing a ring. Why would you have a ring for that woman? That woman has shown you nothing about what you're with her or about the relationship you're in that makes you think it's time for a ring. Number two, you knew you weren't close to your purpose. You weren't close to being the man you were supposed to be. Why are you trying to take on extra responsibility? Number three, when she left you, instead of trying to look inward and listen to what she told you, because she didn't just walk out, she tried, but she stayed and she chopped it up with you. She told you why you wasn't shit for her. And instead of being a man and going, you know what? Bump that heifer, but let me hear what she said. And let me sit down with it and let me think about it. He just went out there and said, bump it. I'm going to find me a new something to fall on top of. Let me go ruin somebody else's life. Just so happened, he got lucky and got with a girl who he vibed with. And she ended up being a basket case. Sorry, homeboy. But you should have known that the relationship you were trying to force yourself into wasn't good for you either. Shannon wasn't ready for a man.
No, she wasn't.
Shannon was barely ready for a job.
You better analyze, Mike.
Right. She wasn't. I agree with that.
The entire season 1 should have been Blake sitting his ass down by himself, trying to understand what the hell is wrong with him. That should have been his entire season. Blake was on some other stuff. All he did was bounce around, showing how much of a man he was not.
Oh, he was so insecure.
Oh my God.
So much insecurity. Arguing with his dad. Yo, when his mom died and he made it about himself, I wanted to punch him in the face. He's like, but what about when it was like, Mom's sick? Why ain't nobody tell me? What about me? Really, bro? That's your first reaction? What about me? Your mother is sick. It ain't about you no more. Like,
well, maybe Shannon followed his lead.
Say it again?
Oh, God.
She said maybe Shannon followed his lead.
Shannon was a basket case on her own. But we already got it. I ain't gonna let you drag me back into that Shannon.
She's still trying to save Shannon.
She's trying to save Shannon. Don't save her.
Don't save her.
But Blake is a whole I believe he is.
Was that Nene and Michael singing the same song at the same
We were.
time?
Hey,
Like,
Nene
We
wow.
are
about that
too
life
in
today.
tune
I'm telling
tonight. I don't know what's going
I don't
on.
know what's
Nene
that.
about
You know
that
what it
life
is?
tonight. Feeling your
There are
boy.
6 planets. No. I got it. There are 6 planets in retrograde right now. That's what it is.
Well, they need
That's
to
what
stay
it
there. They need to stay there. This Nene the realest of all time. I know that other Nene cool, but this Nene the real. I'm on my Kanye.
Hey.
You feel
So
me?
Blake is a man boy.
Blake is a
He
man.
is.
No, Blake
Baby
is a
boy.
yeah. He's a baby boy.
He's
Yeah,
a baby
Baby
boy.
boy.
he's
Yes.
That he's a man boy. That's worse. He a baby boy.
He's a
Okay.
baby
Yes.
boy.
yeah.
He is.
He's a baby
Mhm.
boy. I felt sick watching him.
I
Like
didn't like anything about the way he moved, his character,
Nothing.
thought
Nothing.
process.
His lips.
Talk a
But
stop.
Lord.
it seems like
We
he
don't
had
like
great
teeth, we
sex.
don't like
That's what they
lips.
kept talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody talked about how good the sex was.
he had the magic stick. That's what it
True.
was, and that's why he felt like he was the man
Yeah.
because he piped it down. But piping it down is just one aspect, my brother. That ain't it.
Yeah.
Because after,
Right. So
after you bust one,
that's factual. Like people like the men that have the magic stick don't necessarily feel like they have to bring anything else to the table.
Spencer.
Is that
No,
the same irony of the women that feel like they got the golden cooch, don't have to bring anything else to the table? Are
See,
those
you
the
saying it
same people
backwards.
from the same village?
You're saying it backwards, my queen.
Yes.
You saying
No,
it
I'm
backwards.
saying if Blake thought he has the magic stick, and then that's what I'm saying, is the
She's
thought
asking.
process the exact same? Men that have the magic stick believe they don't need to do anything more than that, but have the
Right.
magic stick. He don't have to have it together. He don't have to know what direction he's going. He don't have to show up and be a man. He could be a baby boy. And the same thing with the women that think that they have the golden cooch. They don't have to bring anything to the table. All they got to do is come there with their cooch. Like I feel like they come from the same planet.
They are one and the
Right,
same.
because you said golden cooch, and that made me smile.
Golden cooch.
That's hilarious. I want to.
Mine's platinum, but I don't like to brag.
Yo, I'm so done with Miss my toenail polish is fire. I'm so done with it.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, that's how I feel about Blake.
So of all of the men up here, who do we like the least of the 4 guys?
Who do we like least? Who we like
The least?
Who we like the least? Isn't that an oxymoron?
That is.
I'll put it like this.
Because you don't like none of them.
None of them, right?
You tolerate the most.
Kyle.
I think they're all detrimental.
And Kyle not even up there.
Right.
I feel like they're all detrimental in their own way.
Okay.
I think for the community, Spencer's the worst. I think for relationships, Blake's the worst. I think for manhood, little soft, whatever his name is, soft ass dude on the right, Bryce. The worst.
Okay.
And I think Victor got a raw deal, but at least he's trying. So I'm gonna give him bail.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's weird. I would choose. The only reason I would choose Bryce is because I feel like I can work with Bryce. Like Bryce, we can go to therapy together. We can unpack some of the stuff that he's been through. Like he's a working guy. He's a good, upstanding dude. He just don't know his worth. It would be the same thing of working with a woman that know her value. Like Bryce just have some mommy issues that he needs to work on. So
oh my God.
Bryce.
Shaka, let me cut. Please hold up, Shaka. Please.
I didn't say that.
Let him
No, I want to cut you off. I want before you go. I remembered why I really hate Bryce. Thank you for saying. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Mia. Bryce is the only person in the show who got a good person. He got somebody quality and ruined it because she was young. That's why I hate Bryce.
Oh,
it just kicked in.
That young girl.
Hey, if I'm whatever age I am, if I find a chick 10 years younger than me and she do everything I've ever dreamed of, y'all could call me a cradle robber from now till Jesus come back. That woman ain't making it out my house without a ring on her left hand. I don't care what none of y'all say. You gonna let the world tell you and dictate to you what love is? You was
right, but
you a fool.
But that goes back to I told you, but I said his insecurities, him not trusting the world, him not trusting his own thought process, him not even believing that he has what it takes to make those decisions because he was not nurtured and taught that from the very person that birthed you. So like he doesn't have any concept of acceptance.
Mia, you're from a different island, but no blood clot business. The man had a fire, fine, freaky, educated, smart, logical, non-toxic, beautiful woman that wanted nothing more than to be up in his mix. And
So
he
tell me,
ruined it
Michael,
because other people said, yeah, you can't be messing with her punk ass Blake. You can't be, she too young for you. I'd have told Blake, every girl you got been near your age and they treated you like trash, sucker. Mind your business.
Michael, if from the time that you grew up, everybody, they told you to eat with your hands and you never saw anybody eat with a fork or a spoon, you would always eat with your hands. It's the same thing. There are some things that are learned behavior, and there's some things that can be taught. And he didn't have those
learned behavior
skills. He did not rely on himself. Hence why he depended on the advice of the community, because that's what he's been looking for his entire life. So of course he's going to lean to the community. Of course he's going to listen to Blake and Victor and all of that, because he didn't have a family structure in place to depend on that. So he's always going to make his mistakes based on what other people believe is best for him.
Madam, love is one of the few things on the planet that everybody can understand, but nobody can.
No, that is such a
no. Let me rock. I'm not talking about romance. I'm talking about the feeling of love.
The
feeling of love is something that everybody knows. I'm not talking about your mommy loving you. I'm not talking about your mommy loving you or you loving your daughter. I'm talking about romantic love. You know when you feeling somebody. You know how it feels inside when you feeling somebody. You know when you butterflied up, you feeling somebody. He felt all those. You know how you know? Because he tried to hide her. You wouldn't have tried to hide her if you didn't want to keep her. If you feel me? You wouldn't have tried to get up. No, don't worry about it, bro. That's me. You want to try to keep her if you didn't feel that way. He felt it and he ran from it. I would
agree with you, Mike. I would agree with you if, like I said, like when the study was done about the babies that were never touched, never hugged, nothing, like nothing ever happened. Like they just let those babies stay in the cradle, feed them, and that's it. Like the way that those children were reared and who they became, if you don't, love is not this natural, cosmic, ever evolving drop out of the sky. It's not that. Like that's the problem, that people believe that it's something that's natural occurring and not something that needs to be developed, sculpted, watered, shaped. It's not something that happens naturally. Like there is this nurture part of us that happens naturally, the idea of taking care of and being that humanistic character, but love is a phenomenon. It is not that simple.
You're wrong. You're talking about love. You're talking about love and compassion. You're talking about love. I'm talking about romantic love, which is based in lust and feeling.
No, okay? But you had to learn. You had to learn unconditional love.
I didn't have to learn. I'm not talking about unconditional love. You're talking about different loves that I'm talking about.
No, I'm
talking
saying
about romantic
what
love,
comes first, the car or the horse? What do you have to learn? You have to learn. Your first stage is unconditional love, the love of your parent. And so when you don't learn that love, what are you building upon?
Ma'am, once again, you're trying to talk about something totally different.
No,
you don't have to. You could have never had a parent a day in your life. If a woman walked by and that woman does something to you, it's going to get done. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you've never met another human in your life.
No, that's the biological. That's the biology of it.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about biology.
That's two separate things.
If you would have listened, you would have known that's the first thing I said.
Oh, now I'm not listening.
Oh. No, yeah, you
don't listen, Mia.
That's right. I specifically said romantic love. I said I said not the love of mommy and the kid, not the love that you love your child. I'm saying his body told him that I like this woman. His body told him that. Yeah. And then everything after that was just icing on the cake. He knew he wanted her.
He did not trust his natural love.
Then that's on him.
What comes first? What comes first? What do you cultivate and develop first? Because you can't move to B unless you develop A. So A, so B.
My dick getting hard is A.
Don't work. It's
always A.
It's a misfire.
My penis getting hard is always A.
He changed it.
Always A.
He moved the goalpost, Nene.
No, I didn't. I'm telling you, for a man, erection is A. It's always A. On the Maslow hierarchy, right next to shelter and food, is dick getting hard.
No, I have said from the beginning that a man's erection is not connected to any of those things, like you said, because the fact, like I said, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old can have a full erection and it be not connected to anything.
Man, we're not talking about we said man's
No,
erection.
you said that
I said a man's erection.
No, but I know, but
that man's erection. I got hard in math.
But that man's erection could be
y'all could get hard on anything.
Yeah, that man's erection could be disconnected. It don't have to be connected to anything for it to be erected.
Ma'am, if I am with a woman and my penis gets hard, it was not a division problem. Okay.
Okay, let's get off Mike's penis.
Okay,
and his
right.
I mean, unless you're single.
Can we not?
So I know, can you not get off? Hello.
So the male that we can tolerate the most and that we feel we could work on if need be is Bryce.
No, I didn't go. I was going to agree with Dr. Mia initially and say Bryce. I felt the same way she felt. I could work with Bryce, but after listening to the points that were given about Victor, I think it's Victor for me.
Yes.
Okay.
For me.
Let's go.
Okay.
Team
I'm
Victor.
so sorry I don't have Victor's name. I didn't remember his name, but this is Victor, everybody.
Yeah, I think it's Victor for me. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mia for the loss.
Yeah.
You stupid.
so Victor for you too, Mike, huh? He does it for you?
I will bite you in your lip.
All right. Before we move on to our main, I want to add in, while we're talking about the guys, an honorable mention. We have mentioned him. He's not on this main cast, but I feel that he could be discussed. Let's talk about Kyle.
He was so cute. He was tall, dark, and handsome.
Yes, he was. He was a nice.
For those of you who haven't watched yet, Kyle is the friend, because we have mentioned him. He is the longtime friend of Laura. He's there with her through her marriage. He's married himself. They've been friends forever. And while she's going through things with her husband, Kyle is that good friend that's there for her.
That real good friend.
That good friend that's there for her.
All men out there know what good friend means. It means you a sucker.
You can count on Kyle.
That good friend.
That good. My
Come
good
by
boy.
and
My
change
good
your tire
friend.
for some iced tea, like a little pump.
Yes.
Mike, you would be so proud of me, Mike. I have a friend that has a friend that has been friend zoned, and I could just hear you in my ear. And I told him, I was like, once she's friend zoned, you F her. You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't deserve to be friend zoned. And the fact that she has friend zoned you, knowing the backstory that she had a baby from somebody that was married, but yet she's friend zoning you. No, don't waste your time. Like, I was so upset because I was like, she does not deserve you.
Yeah. Oh, Mia, you better. This is why it's team me and you, but it's always gonna be me and you. I'm gonna ride with you.
You make Mike so proud.
I didn't even realize it when I heard that. It wasn't before I had that conversation. I think I heard Mike talking about it, and you know what? I was like, you might be on to something, Mike.
I'm on to a whole lot of things, just not being happy, which will never happen for me. But I'm gonna make everybody else happy as long as I can.
Man, I was so mad when I heard that, but I'm like, yeah, when somebody friend zones you, they're like tagging you along, and that was not a good feeling. It's not right.
Leave, go find your own. Yo, you never need a friend that bad. You never need a friend that bad. I've let go of plenty. I've let go of 4 best friends in my life, and I don't miss none of them.
Same, Mike. Same.
I'll talk to my daughter.
Same.
You feel me? My mother told me when I was young, and she stopped talking to her bestie because her bestie said some foul stuff. She said that they gonna miss me 3 times before I miss them once, and I've taken that into my heart, and it's gonna stay there. I'm a rock solid person. Ain't nobody in this world can ever say I did them dirty. You feel me? Not a woman or a man can say I did them dirty. Not one. So I know if me and you don't work, it's your fault. You can kick all the rocks. I'm Gucci.
Bam.
Oh, he was
raggedy heifers.
I didn't even remember him being that cute.
Hey, timestamp that. I want that as my ringtone.
All righty, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, just in time to go ahead and bring it back to the ladies, the one who pretty much got this whole party started. Let's go ahead and talk about your girl, Brooke.
Man, Trevor, guys always know when they've been friends. I'm talking about sometimes dudes thought they had a chance. They weren't friends.
No. Just like we be super saver hoes, y'all be super saver hoes
you
too.
man, I'll be able to push past that or shit. No,
Hey, if
I
she
can change
leaves you
her,
on
dog.
red,
She tell me everything.
You friend zone, homie. Women love to answer that toxic dude. They can't wait to get back to him.
Something about Spencer, child.
If she answered you 3 days later, you friend zone. Move on with your life.
Thank you for growth.
So to all of the men out there that have been friend zone, Michael says, move on with your life.
Leave that heifer alone. She don't need you.
She don't deserve
it. Three of the 5 women that tried to friend zone me in my life, after 6 months, they came back. I smashed them, and I still don't talk to them.
Oh, geez.
Toxic life.
Okay, Spencer.
I got my smash, and I still don't.
I got my smash. I'm good.
He was petty.
Hey, I say I'm King Petty all the time. King Petty.
Wear with pride. All right, let's talk about Brooke.
All right, need to get a
we already know we don't like her teeth.
I need to go look at her teeth because I did not see her.
Love her style though. Now she was styling and profile hair,
her outfit,
man, them cheeks, them yeeks. Woo!
She kept her hair done. She did her hair. Everybody in the show.
And she was a cutie. Yes, she was.
Ricardo, hashtag leave that heifer alone.
Facts.
All right. So
and
Brooke, she is the reason that this research got done. You know, she ended it with Blake and she kind of like maneuvered her way through. She's been with Blake, she's been with Spencer. She did the phone call to Laura, like, yeah, I'm with your man. She visited Shannon, like, yeah, I'm pregnant by your man. And what do we think about her?
She is.
We don't.
Who want to go first? Go first.
I'm gonna go first. I'm always because once you and Shaka start, I'm gonna.
Wait a minute, no, Mia. It's been you and Mike for a while now, for at least the last 60 minutes.
Mike, I mean, like I said, I got kicked out the long conversations early in the show.
I muted myself. Remember, it was y'all.
Go ahead, Mia.
Brooke is the pure definition of narcissism, psychotic. She needs a straitjacket because Brooke believe her own stuff. Like women like that are scary as hell. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I couldn't be friends with somebody like that, especially seeing how messy they are. But I wonder, it seemed like Brooke disguised that part of her, because when I think about her and her friend group and they all drinking their glass and she's playing like, oh, woe is me, like, I don't think her friends really know how messy she is. Like, she disguised that from them.
I agree.
She was toxic. Every move she made was centered around, I mean, she's the pure definition of narcissism. She was a narcissist. She believed that the sun and the moon and the skies all aligned around her, and that everything that was happening to her was happening for her, and everyone should bow down and move the way Brooke need them to move. And she was so full of herself. I hated her character, and it's unfortunate. I definitely have met with women like that in real life. They just can't get past themselves, but that's because society has supported their behavior. There's this idea that because you look a certain way that you get away with the worst type of behavior, and it's unacceptable. She was the worst. Like, she caused everything. She caused strife in everybody's life. And imagine, Brooke impacted 1, 2, 3, 4. She had direct impact on 4 people's lives. And that's what's really happening out here in these streets. You got one person wreaking havoc on the lives of several people, and that's because they're being allowed to do so. So Brooke gets a big fat F for living.
Damn.
Wow. Brooke is the woman that the guys discuss on Man Talk Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's who Brooke is to me. Mm-hmm. Brooke is trash, Brooke is garbage, would not recommend,
All
0
that.
out of 10. Like, Brooke,
All
that,
that.
baby, I mean, but she was cute with her hair and a little style now. But yeah, Brooke was, I agree. Like, the one thing I was going to say was narcissist. Like, the epitome of, like, Brooke is the reason why Spencer gets away with the crap that Spencer gets away with. Brooke is the reason why, what's old dude name? I forget. The
Blake.
one that was dating Blake. Brooke is the reason why Blake is getting away with the crap that he gets away with. She literally is toxic. That's why Spencer's toxic. She don't know, Brooke don't know what she want, therefore Blake don't know what he want. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she is that woman that makes it bad and gives every other good woman, decent woman, respectable woman a bad name. I don't like the way she moves. She moves real funny. I don't like it at all.
This is why I hate going like,
Her soul stink.
damn.
Damn.
It is. Like with BV. Like, it's bad.
Nasty.
Yeah, exactly. That's her.
Nasty.
Let me go ahead.
We don't like you.
Now, I first, before I say why I hate her, and I do, I wanna make fun of the women in this on this show, because all of you gave Bryce so much grace because his mommy was so absent and his mommy wasn't there, but none of y'all give Brooke.
Gave him grace,
Hey,
though.
I was quiet when you was going. I was quiet when you was talking.
I'm muted.
Can I have my grace, please? Can I talk? I'll let
Go
you
ahead.
rock.
Go
We
ahead.
I'll let
always
you
do
rock.
that. So Mike, you just incite so much. You just
And that is the point of me being here. Why you think Trevor hired me? So, all of y'all gave Bryce so much grace and love, but acted like y'all ain't remember the piece of garbage mother that Brooke had. Brooke had the worst. Her mother is actually the worst human being on this show. Her mother is. If you remember anything about her mom denigrated her, disrespected her in her own house, spit on her lyrically, and then walked out like she meant nothing. Like, the only reason she showed up was because I just happened to be in town. I didn't want to. Brooke is literally the third generation that Dr. Mia talks about when they say that a horrible woman can ruin 3 generations. Brooke is the third generation. Now let me focus on. But I think it's funny that all of y'all gave Bryce that grace, but ain't want to give none to Brooke. I will not give any to Brooke because I ain't giving none to Bryce, because Bryce wasn't shit and neither is Brooke. Let me say, first of all, I'm a little upset that you took the narcissist word away from me, because I really wanted to start there. And I'm a little upset because she took away the toxic plan. I wanted to go toxic too, so I feel like y'all stole my power, right? But I'm going to still hold it in the middle. Brooke is the virus of the entire show. She is a virus, okay? She is literally the woman, and this was already said, but I got to say it again because I feel like I couldn't even believe she dug that point up. She is the woman I talk about every Monday, and she exists. She's out here in these streets. She's out here. Well, you remember that thing that Ricardo had up where I said all them names? She's all of them. Every single one of them. Thought Petrie, that she's all of them. This chick hates herself, and because she hates herself, everyone else has to be miserable. Thank you. Idiot, moron, thought plant. Yo, I really went off. Skank bag. Most people don't even know what a sketel is. Damn, I went off. I must have been upset. Brooke is the epitome of culture destroyer. Okay? And the thing I hate the most about her, because you guys already listed all the horrible things about her. The thing I hate most about her is that she's going to be forgiven and a man is going to marry her and think the world of her. That's what I hate the most, because I guarantee you she's going to have the super plot twist where she ends up being the nicest person on the show. Just like in real life, when these thoughts, like, what's her name, the chick, the Tiger's baby mama, where now I'm no longer Black China. I've been black. The Lord has healed my body ways. I am no longer. I have had my vagina dipped in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. I'm a new virgin. No, boo-boo, you are old hoe, okay? I'm not falling for none of that. She wants to come back and have the world treat her like she's special. You're not. You're not. And neither is Brooke. Brooke, you are the evil ice queen whore bag that you always were. You treated Blake like garbage because you thought you had Spencer in the background. Then you treated Spencer like garbage because you thought you could pick Blake back up. And then when you had nobody, you had some kind of emotional free-for-all spiral. Then you try to start treating everybody like garbage until a nice religious brother showed up. You treated him like trash until you thought, wait a minute, I can use what?
I forgot about the religious guy.
I forget about nothing. I hate all of them. I hate the religious guy too. He a sucker.
With his whole chest.
Then she gonna use the religious guy, not because she like him, but because like old people do, she saw a way to get herself clean. She saw a way to get her sins clean. The Lord will forgive me. This holy sanctified guy gonna bring me over to God, and the Lord gonna look at me, make my vagina womb. He gonna give me my hymen back, and I'm gonna be a blessed new virgin. No, boo-boo, you a piece of garbage. You always will be. You ruin all good men in the world, and you make good men turn into dogs, so they ruin good women. I hate everything about you. You disgust me. I'm getting a Negro spiritual. Okay, I guess that means stop talking. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I feel what you're saying. I feel that in the depths of my soul.
Thank you. Wow. I don't think Dr. Mia did, but you did. That's all that matters. Thank you.
Yeah. We got to get these planets in this.
Mike been speaking from his whole chest tonight.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take my shirt off. Whole chest.
It's the hatred for me.
I hate her.
He ruins
the community.
She does. I agree, though. She does.
You know, she's the reason I exist. Women like her are the reason I exist. I had to watch them ruin nice guys. I had to watch them poison good dudes. I had to watch them mess around with Dotson and complain to their female friends about how men ain't shit, and then poison their friends against men when they know they're the reason the men ain't shit. They're the reason the men is garbage. They're the reason that the toxic men still get
right. Pause. Pause.
My bad.
So just like we had and we held Shannon accountable for getting into what she got into, I feel the exact same way with men that fall for women like Brooke.
I agree.
There is a propensity to fall for these women, and then even when you see the flags, because she's so pretty, you choose to ignore the toxicity that she possesses and that she carries within the venom of her vagina. Like, it just doesn't make any sense why these men, just like the women that keep choosing the toxic men, there is a subset of men that can see the destruction. Like, I remember having a conversation with somebody, and like the girl was talking to the guy, and she was telling the guy all the messed up stuff she did to the previous person that she was with. And so again, you think that she has now changed her ways and she's going to be better to you, because Brooke only was able to do what they allowed her to do. Women like Brooke are only able to continue to be Brookish because people let her be Brookish. So that same energy of cutting people off, making sure that when you see the flags, you go the opposite direction, that needs to happen for these so-called incredibly pretty girls that, oh my God, I can't believe she's with me. I'm so fortunate that she chose me, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to pull somebody like that. That's not fair. Like, she is terrible. She is absolutely terrible. But the same way how women get banned and blamed for choosing the wrong man, y'all get the same energy for choosing the wrong women.
I would love to disagree with you. I cannot.
I like that. Right. I didn't expect that. Hold on. I don't know what to say.
Right. That's me too. Because I was like, oh, get him, Dr. Mia, get him. And he was
like, I would love to disagree with you. I'm like,
Dr. Mia, Ricardo say men can't help it though.
Right, because biologically their penises aren't connected to their emotions.
No. He messed up. He meant boys can't help it. Men must help it.
All right.
Okay.
I don't care how fine you are. If you're going to ruin what I got going on, take your pretty vagina and go to hell home.
Your vagina venom.
Yeah, man, I love that vagina venom. That's fire.
Y'all are so funny tonight.
This is how I go all the time.
Oh, my God. I just want to say Cowboys 31-16.
I'm going to bite her so hard.
Wait, who he biting?
Who are we rooting for?
Cowboys. We waiting for because we them boys. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like I asked you all about the men, which one you could tolerate the most? We don't like nobody on here. What the women? Like who do you feel of the women can be saved?
Shannon.
Mm-hmm. Shannon can't be saved.
Yes, she can.
Because I think Shannon can grow up, like she said. Like I didn't take that from Shaka of her being young. I think she has the potential to kind of grow from her mistakes and do a little better. Because like I mean, the most thing I hate about her is that she was whiny and she did make things go back to her. But that's that childlike behavior. Like me. I think she does have a potential to mature. But Laura and Brooke.
Them heifers is gone. Let them go.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this, beloved. When you become a professional victim, it's almost impossible to get out of that mind frame. When everything is not your fault, when everything is against you and it's always someone else, that's who you become. And I don't know if you ladies have ever dated someone like that. I have. It is horrific. And there's no helping them, and I don't want them anywhere near me. They might not be as destructive as Brooke, but they hurt you just as much. I don't want
I'm sorry. So you're saying that Victor can change his ways, but Shannon can't.
I'm saying Victor saw the error of his ways and started the change in the process by himself. Shannon has not, and I don't think she can. Because the change has to come from within. The only reason people change is because they want to or they have to.
Right.
So
but her being younger, you don't think her being younger, you don't think she has the potential to see, okay, I don't like how I was moving last year. I don't like how I moved 3 years ago. I want to do things differently. Like, I feel like we can save her.
See,
like she has a good chance.
Big difference between my arguments and you guys' arguments. I'm only going off of what actually happened. I'm not going to give anyone potential. I'm only going off of what happened on the 22 episodes. Anyone could be. We could go, Blake might wake up and finally realize he's being a punk. Nah. Spence might wake up after sleeping with the African girl and really want to start and make a change. Nah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm not doing that, Victory. I'm doing the last time I saw her, she was a flipping idiot.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right.
But in my heart, I hope she can change. I'll try to meet you halfway. I hope they all change. I hope they all change.
You're most attracted to Shannon.
No, I'm most attracted to that young girl that Bryce threw away. The young girl that Bryce
threw away because she was young for him.
And you know why? You know what I like the most about her? Do you know what I like the most about her?
What?
And this is a lesson for all you women out there. The second Bryce showed up as a punk, she said, cool, I'm out. She ain't want no arguments. She ain't want no conversation. She said, you obviously not a man for me, and kicked every rock on the way out of his door. And he sat there looking like a punk because he knew he lost the best thing he had going for him. That's why that lesbian ain't want your punk ass, and your mom ain't like you neither. Punk ass.
Punk ass.
Yeah, punk ass. I ain't never throwing away no woman like that. A woman show up, she was holding you down. All she wanted was the goodness for you. She ain't asking for no money. She ain't asking for nothing. She was doing her own thing, had her own job. Well, she wanted to go to she wanted to give you little handies at the movies. What's the argument
about her age?
Just you worried about her age? I could give as long as you not 17 or
she was over age.
We kicking it.
Right.
This woman brought everything you could need. I don't give a damn about your age. Age only matter when you young. We grown. He was so stupid.
I still extend grace to Bryce.
Then you better extend grace to Shannon and Brooke. Brooke had it worse than all of them. Brooke mama treated her like scum on the street.
No, but the mom was still there.
No, she wasn't. Don't make me make you watch that episode.
On the street. Brooke is scum on the street.
No, mom said she had to work. She couldn't. She still lived with her mom. She was raised by her mother. The mom just worked a lot, like most of the island parents do.
Yo, you gonna rewatch this episode and hit you with
I
nothing.
remember what
rewatch the whole season.
Okay.
I refuse. I hate
remember
all of them.
she was mean to her, but Brooke still could have made some different choices. And like I said, that pretty girl syndrome.
And guess what? Bryce he didn't have his mama, but he had a upstanding, wonderful woman that raised him.
It's not the same.
You call it what you want. I'd rather an upstanding grandma than a mom who's going to toxicize me, and that's not even a word, who's going to toxicize me and make me filthy and disgusting to the world.
No, they have shown it has been proven that children will go back to their crackhead parents than stay with a family member that would be willing to take care of them and them be safe.
Yes, like because kids are stupid. I've said this many times. Kids are freaking dumb. That's why that's why they don't have decision-making power. Kids are stupid. Yeah, that's why you take them from the crackhead mom, or you take them from the drug addict dad. You take them from. You can love them all you want. You can't stay there.
Strong word. I think the fact that their brains have not fully developed may be a contributor to their lack of knowledge.
Yeah, because they're stupid.
Stupidity is a very strong word.
You can call it what you want. It's stupid. It's stupid. Call it what you want.
This is why I can't co-counsel with you.
Hey, and this is why you can't help everybody.
And Michael,
not everybody needs to be coddled, beloved. Some people need the truth up front.
It's not about coddling.
It is coddling.
This continuous conversation about men being coddle. There is coddle, and there is using words that deliver better.
She said, "I can't co-counsel with you, Mike."
She can't. Mia, if you were talking to me and I said something stupid, would you tell me it was stupid?
I wouldn't say stupid.
She wouldn't use the word stupid.
She definitely would say that.
I don't use words that come out your mouth are stupid, Mike. I don't use words, Mike.
Because words are I'm sorry. There's a word in the dictionary.
Mike could be like, "You stupid, your mama stupid, your daddy stupid."
Right. Like, I don't use stupid. That's probably what it is. To me, stupid is equivalent to the 4-letter word. Like, it has venom in it.
It's stupid. Just say it, Mia. It's stupid. The word stupid is stupid. No, I'm just joking.
Ma'am, the word stupid means having or showing a great lack of intelligence or common sense. That's what the word means.
Well, just say you lack common sense right now.
And that's what I did. I said lack knowledge.
What you're doing is coddling. If I can't use a word that's a word.
Because also you want them to be able to receive it. So I can receive because that I lack knowledge, as opposed to you telling me I'm stupid.
Right.
Because I wouldn't tell you you're stupid because you don't act stupid. You don't do stupid things. But if you did something that was stupid, I'd be like, damn, Nene, that was stupid.
No,
because
girl, that wasn't
my argument with you, Michael, is that the fact that I said lack of knowledge is not coddling. That is my argument. The fact that I choose to use lack of knowledge versus stupid is not a form of coddling, and that's what I'm trying to say.
All right, I rescind coddling, and I apologize for that. But I will say this: not everybody in the world responds to the super caring phrases and words that you're using because they'll take it and they'll just move the buck down the road. They'll just go, "Oh, I could trick this person. They're always going to be nice." Not everybody needs that. Some people need a kick in the ass. Some people need their head rubbed. Some people need a kick in the ass, and some people need to be kicked out of the house. You need to determine who you're talking to. Not everybody needs to be told you're showing a lack of intelligence. Some people need to be told you're being stupid and do better.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know, I don't believe that. It's because you are reared based on the environment that you were grown in, right?
That's not true. My mother never called me stupid. My mother's one of the kindest women on the planet. My mother right now, if she came in here and was like, she'd be like, "Michael, why are you angry? What's going on? Are you okay? What's happening?" That's my mom. But I am a man, and I grew up with other men, and I know if my homeboy doing something stupid, and I go,
you just said it was from the other man. It was from the other man, and the men taught not to be soft and that. No, it's environment. I just said environment. I didn't say your parents. I said environment.
You said my upbringing. I think you said my upbringing.
I said environment.
Okay, I'll let you rock on environment. Well, I'm sorry, boo boo. I can tell you, and it's not just a man thing, because I know a certain one of those Remember how I said 3 out of 5 women that try to put me in the friend zone in my entire life, and I smashed 3 of them, so I got out the friend zone. One of the 2 that I didn't smash, Sam, I can't stand you still.
Did you say her name?
I sure did. Don't watch this.
You never know.
I blocked her on everything. She'll never see me again. I've noticed she was 6 years old, but I'll never see her again. But do you know what that's how I had to talk to her, because that's the only thing she responded to.
Right, because that's how she was reared, and something in her life happened where she believed that that's how she deserved to be talked to.
Right. What I'm trying to tell you is not everybody responds to the sweetness. Some people need the harshness.
No, that's
you
just
can't.
what they've been taught.
If a person responds to harshness and you sitting there rubbing their boo-boo, you're not doing them any justice. You're not doing them any good.
This is why, Nene, I can't.
Of course you can. Stop fronting for these people. You ain't going nowhere.
So
you're my homie for life.
We're understanding why you 2 cannot co-counsel.
Yeah.
All righty.
She ain't never been my Cody anyway.
We made it through all of the characters. Now, before we do our sign off, I just want to think about, because when I was watching this, I was writing down like a lot of the topics that I feel this show like represented, like the moving on in love after being hurt. Like that was what Laura had to deal with, the co-parenting, divorce and abortions against the father's wishes and all of that. What are some other topics, like if someone was interested in watching this, what are some other topics that you think fit into this show that they could look forward to seeing?
Right, but did we talk about the fact that how old Brooke behind and her 2 abortions and how she acted like that just added to her toxicity.
I did.
I didn't like that with the abortion. First off, not knowing, wasn't that her didn't know who the father was?
Yeah,
that was
the first one.
I didn't like that at all.
And do you remember the reason for the second abortion?
The child might have been
might have been special needs.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't do that. This baby gotta go.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Right, but that just speaks to the continuum of Brooke just being a narcissist, because the idea of her having to take care of somebody else that's going to need her for the rest of her life, she was like, yeah, no.
Hey, for all y'all out there, if you ever hear me say women just be talking and you want proof of it, watch this show.
Watch this show.
Watch this show, because they run their whole mouth about, he ain't gonna treat me like this and he ain't gonna do this to me, and he be doing to her in the next scene.
Wow.
I have to call everybody.
Yeah, no, I think
Blake all over me. I'm done with Blake. Blake ain't nothing. 2 scenes later, she knocking on Blake's door. I know you miss me, Blake. Get out of here, man.
I think this brought out. I think this brought out the complexity of relationships, right? Like, I mean, relationships could be so complex and they could be so simple. I think if people just make better decisions, I think the thing that it was missing, that it did, I mean, not as missing, but the thing that I pulled out is the broken marriages. So Kyle and his wife divorced, Spencer and his wife divorced. Like nobody stayed together. Like, I didn't like that. Like, would it have been like they could have survived it? Like, could Laura and Spencer have survived the cheating? You know, like why didn't nobody make it?
Because,
and that's, you know, that's what makes our community anyway.
Because none of them should have been married in the first place. None of those relationships were built on anything strong. They were all built on, I got him, or man, that did good, or man, that coochie fire. They were all built on childish, moronic tomes of relationships, and none of them were real. Even the ones that happened in the future, the thing with Kyle, she finally woke up and realized, oh my gosh, this is what a real man is. This is what I've always wanted. But guess what? Let Spencer get his stuff together. She's going to run back on that dick.
Yeah.
And y'all know I'm right.
You are.
You feel me?
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah.
This is the problem. We're not, but nobody bases anything. And that's why I people think I'm joking and they think I'm making up. That's why I think I'm gonna be alone forever, because I'm in a place where I want something right. I want to build something. I want something where me and this person can meet on a level, logically, emotionally, respectfully, where we can grow, and where I spend all of my thoughts. I don't have to waste time worrying about trying to make myself feel good, because that's all she's worried about. And all I'm worried about is doing the same for her. And I'm not worried that I didn't get enough, or she didn't do something for me because I'm worried so much about making her happy that's the focus of my relationship. I want to make my baby smile all the time. I want to make my baby this. I want to make my baby that. And then in turn, she's doing that for me. And because of that, there's never any friction. And all the friction can be, and if there is friction, it's handled with love and thought process instead of emotions and reactions.
You know me, I don't believe that the goal should ever be to make anybody happy, but that's a whole different conversation.
I didn't say to make happy. I said to try. There's nothing wrong with trying. I try to make you happy all the time. Don't I? I'm like, hey, this week, I'm going to try to think of myself in a more positive manner. I don't do that.
I mean, that's I'm talking about
for my benefit, but I feel like it makes you happy.
Right, it's for your benefit. Let's be clear. That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, it's to my benefit, but it's me.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think when a relationship goal is the start is I want to try to make you happy and no, that stuff is internal, and the person that adds to it is the person that adds to it because it's already there. And if it's not already there, I can't make nothing for you.
Ma'am, I didn't. You are trying to take what I'm saying and make it something different.
I'm not. I hear you loud and clear. That can't be the premise of the relationship.
That's all a relationship should be. What else should it be?
No, it should not.
What else should it be? Tell me. I love to hear it.
And then this segment of makeup.
No, I'm listening.
Right?
Please tell me.
You know what?
Tell them in 3 minutes or less.
Ooh,
tell me in 3 minutes. What else should it be?
I felt better. I wholeheartedly believe the misconception of why relationship fails is, like you said, the idea is that we are here to make each other happy or to figure out what happiness is as a couple. But happiness should be decided and cultivated individually and then matched. And then now we're building on something that already exists. I can't build on something that doesn't already exist. So if you don't have this intrinsic value of knowing what it takes to make you happy, and you build a world and a life around your happiness being a priority, I cannot come into the equation to know where I fit in because I have to have something to follow, a model to mimic. And so that's the problem with relationships. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to make you happy. No one is coming to make you smile. That is not a responsibility that should be placed on nobody's head. That's too much.
Everybody to hear I hope y'all hear this whole conversation, because I said one thing and she took something totally different and extrapolated it out. Hey, I was quiet when you were talking. Go somewhere.
I'm gonna go back and listen just to make sure I have
it. Extrapolated 93 times somewhere else. All I said is I didn't say I wasn't happy. I didn't say she wasn't happy. I didn't say she was trying to. I said we're two people who are together who are trying to make the other person happy. No. That's it. You're doing. When I try to make my boo happy, I try to provide. When I try to make my boo happy, I bring her flowers. When I try to make my boo happy, I eat her coochie. When she's trying to make me happy, she bought me a new computer part. When she's trying to make me happy, I came home to dinner already on the table waiting for your boy. That's what I'm talking about. You took it a whole nother planet. So you and Saturn have a great night.
Because men are from where?
You feel me? I'm going to stay on Mars with my
well.
Excuse me. I'm not talking about building up somebody's confidence. I'm not talking about building someone from the ground up. I'm talking about attempting to make someone happy.
As opposed to being selfish in the relationship.
Yo, where are you the rest of my life, Nene? Why can you understand me? And no, this is usually Dr. Mia's job. You know what?
Retrograde.
I'm about to send you a contract. I'm about to send you a contract.
Shaka say our retrograde is in alignment or something like that.
Yeah.
All these planets need to stay where they at.
No.
Yes, like a fifth grade science project. Keep all the planets in line.
No.
I get what you're saying.
Good Lord.
She picking up what you putting down, Mike.
Because in my marriage, like, we are happy without, well, I won't say without each other, but we came into our marriage happy, like fulfilled people. But in the course of our marriage and us being together, I want to do things to make him happy. So I'm not being selfish. Yeah, I do things to make him happy. He does things to make me happy. And our goal is to make each other happy. Not saying that I'm just a miserable person. I'm happy on my own, but if we're focusing on doing, like, I do things that I know he'll like, he does things that I know that I'll like, and we're focusing on making each other happy, because that adds to our happiness. Like me seeing him happy and knowing that I played a role in doing something to make him happy, that adds to me being happy. You know, so I get what Dr. Mia is saying. Like you should not, your whole thing shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to make this person happy? But Mike is also saying like, you know, it's not saying that they're miserable and my job is to make them happy, but a part of making that person happy adds to his happiness. And Mike, stop saying that you're going to be alone forever, because you're not.
I totally am.
Some non-thoughtish heifer out there is going,
baby girl.
And I keep telling Mike, you are a words of affirmation person. And if you are a words of affirmation, what you put out in the atmosphere is what's going to come back. I need you to stop saying that, because you can't keep putting that out there. Okay, so think it, don't say it.
You're confusing the Lord.
Wow. All right. I won't say it again. I apologize to myself. I'm sorry to me. Do better. Do better, Michael.
Oh my gosh, this was a great conversation, guys. We had the perfect group up here. Now Mr. Straight Talk about now he want to go ahead and watch the show. And Ricardo is saying that he's interested in watching it now, you know, listening to Dr. Mia and how she broke the characters down. But I love the perspective from all of you. Mike coming on speaking for the men. Shaka speaking, you know, for the women, and Dr. Mia, you know, always bringing in that professional thing and breaking them down. So I appreciate you all joining me in this and taking on this project with me of watching this 22 episode season in the course of like 1 or 2 weeks.
I did it in 2 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike did it real quick. I appreciate it. I think we want to start doing stuff like this more often. Everybody seems to like it. They've already thrown out a couple of movies that they would like us to talk about. I think Baby Boy and that movie, I Think I Love My Wife.
Oh, I can do those right now.
So that's something that we can plan for.
Can we do Acrimony? Is it Acrimony?
Oh my gosh, yes, the one with Taraji.
Yeah, oh, that pissed me off.
You're gonna make all the women hate me.
Unbelievable.
They do already. All right, so those are some things that we can look forward to doing as well, because this worked out really well. Mike has officially been accepted on the platform of Pour Your Heart Out.
Hold on, let me do it.
And we didn't have to kick him off, and we will allow him to come back sometime. So you did good, Mike.
I'll go first so y'all can kick me off and have your girl time. I would like to.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do those closing remarks. Go ahead, Mike.
I thank you, ladies, for having me. I appreciate you for welcoming me. I felt no threats. I mean, Shaka did give me when she pulled that glass down and look at me in the picture. I felt a little tension, but other than that, it was wonderful. Thank you, ladies, for sharing this with me. Letting me express myself. I don't know who is on Nini's mic, or if this is really Nini, or am I being catfished? But thank you for being whoever you are tonight.
Who cloned Nini?
I don't know what's going on, and I'm sorry, Trevor, but I love your girl tonight, bro. Like she's like a part of me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I hate him so much.
Like I've never felt, except when
he's gonna kill you, Mike. Don't do it. Don't go no further.
I know, right?
But I'm saying, when me
abort.
Understand me, you know what I'm saying? Mia be understanding me, but like me and Nene is on like I get Mimi's on the fritz tonight. Mia's on the fritz. So Nene picked up the mantle and she made your boy feel comfortable.
Mia was on one tonight, boy.
You feel me? And Shaka was Shaka. So
I'm right here. What's up?
I'm playing.
What's good?
Thank you, ladies. It was wonderful to be here. I look forward to coming back, and I will always watch whether I'm here or not. I'll be the first to leave so you can have your girl time. I don't have my glass, but I do got some white Hennessy. I'm gonna drink some out the bottle.
Hey.
All right.
Thank you. All right, girls. This was good.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah, I look forward to doing more reviews. So we'll work some things out, look at our schedule. I love that idea, Dr. Mia, about Acrimony. That was a very interesting movie.
Ooh,
and
man,
I would like to watch that again. So that'll be something good.
So many layers.
Yeah, it did.
But I definitely, when are we supposed to have the crown conversation? Because I'm gonna make some people real mad on that one.
Yeah, that was supposed to be tonight, but this one kept being pushed back. So we'll plan to do that in September, definitely. But that's going to be our next episode, our Black Crowns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think just so that it's so crazy. Like I said, I was talking to somebody. Oh no, my co-parent came in. He was like, "You on a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah." What you talking about? He was like, "Oh, the coach's wife, sister, cousin." I was like, "Oh, we famous."
Okay.
I'm like, so I was like, so people are out there really watching. So I think it's wonderful. You know, I love the whole Pull Your Heart Out platform. I think it's a great place to talk. And I look at other platforms of people talking, and I have put it in the group of that. What is that guy that goes from city to city having these conversations? I was like, Straight Talk Society is ready. We coming for y'all.
Right.
Yeah, they were just down here this past week, last weekend. The
Yeah,
Honest
yeah.
Conversation crew. That's gonna be
Yeah.
us one day. We're gonna be
Mhm,
traveling and running our mouths
mhm,
and doing the damn thing.
I know
mhm.
that's right.
I'm looking forward to it. But breakup to makeup. That was interesting. I I have a problem with binge watching stuff, so Nene did not help with that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I be trying. I was like, because once I get hooked and I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened. And so
Mm-hmm.
now it's like a charge behind it. Oh Lord. But it was good. I don't think I ever would have watched it if you didn't point it out because there's just so many things to watch on television, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really good to have something to catch your attention. But I felt like it it encompassed like so much of our community and what we go through and how relationships are. It really told a really good story. And
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
sorry, I look forward to
Bless you. Sound
season
like a little
two.
mouse.
Bless you. It is the cutest sneeze ever.
I know. Sound like a little mouse. Oh, cute and dainty.
Right. Me over here, I sound like a grown man with sleep apnea. And me,
Oh my goodness. I look forward to season two. Thanks for having me, Nene, and inviting me to watch Makeup and Breakup.
Of course. Thank you for joining in the charge. All right, sissy. Let me hear your closing words.
so I want to say thank you to the channel. Shout out to Man Talk Monday Mike. Shout out to the Straight Talk Society, the chat, everybody listening and watching, and all of those things. Um, it was a very interesting show to watch. I would have probably never come across it because I've never really watched the All Black
Mm-hmm.
channel. I mean, I watched a couple things, but not, a lot. And I will say this, it caught my attention, it kept my attention, and I do see me a little bit. I saw a little bit of me in each character. At different points of my life, some currently, some triggers I'm still trying to work on, but
Wow.
it was a good show. It was a great storyline because you got to see men as friends, women as friends, men and women who are friends, the side woman, the wife, the husband. Like you caught all these things that are happening, and even if it didn't happen to you personally, you kind of sort of could relate to a character because you've known somebody that knows somebody that might have known somebody that it did happen to.
Mm-hmm.
But I will always say, at the end of it all, communication is key.
That's what I
Say
was
what you
waiting on.
mean, say what you mean, and mean what you say, because that would have solved a lot of those issues and problems they were having in this making up and breaking up.
All righty. And I'm just gonna piggyback off of what you ladies said. It was a great storyline, and that's what caught my attention. Trevor and I, when we were had on break, he was on break over the summer, and that's when we like get our time to like really just start binge watching things. And I came across this show, and I'm like, the acting isn't the best, but the storyline is off the chain. And I felt like I could either see myself in certain parts of my life in these characters, or I had been friends with someone that had gone
Yes.
through something like that in these characters. So it was so relatable. So this is definitely a show that I would recommend anybody to watch. They are currently in season 2 and trying to work my way through that. Yeah, but season 1 was amazing. 22 episodes. So if you have time, go ahead and watch it and feel free to drop some comments on this show to let us know what you thought about it. Alrighty. So thank you, ladies. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you off so I can do my closing remarks. As always, I always appreciate you two and the value that you bring to Straight Talk Society and especially to the Pour Your Heart Out panel. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Go Cowboys, 31-16.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This was an amazing episode. This was our first series review, and we are looking to do more of these. This turned out really great. So we'll be doing some more reviews on different shows and also on movies. Coming up on the Straight Talk sessions, we have a lot of shows coming up with Straight Talk. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. On the 28th, we have Straight Talk sessions, Man Talk Monday. So that's on Monday, Man Talk Monday, episode 39. You know, that's always a good conversation with the fellas. So make sure you join us here live on Monday night at 5:45 p.m. That's when Mr. Straight Talk, my boo thing, jumps on and he gets that started. And then on, I believe it's Tuesday, the very first episode of Taped Fist Politics. You do not want to miss that. Venkat, you know, he is going to jump on here and do his thing. So episode 1 is going to be about Ron Disaster. So I can't wait to hear about that. So please join us on Tuesday. And then on Thursday of next week, we've been doing our Bible discussions and debates have been going on, and they have been amazing. So next week, Thursday, the topic is going to be, is the Holy Ghost God? So you don't want to miss that. Next week, August 31st at 6:30 p.m. And we're looking forward to that. And then on September 7th, we have another Bible discussion. Is it wrong to play musical instruments in worship service today? So Straight Talk Society is like the super target. We have some of everything. So any night of the week, almost any night of the week, you come here, you are going to find something that you love, whether it's Man Talk Monday, Pour Your Heart Out. We recently had an MMA episode. My boys, Bones and Zay, they were on here. I am super proud of them. We have our Bible discussions. Now we're about to start having Tape Fist Politics. So if you come over here on pretty much any night of the week, you are definitely going to find something that is going to pique your interest and that is going to have you to tune in. So come on back, join us for our upcoming episodes. Make sure that you are liking, subscribing, and sharing. We are now also in a position to where we can start monetizing the show. You know, we don't ask for anything, but if you feel so compelled to leave some super chats and give some tips, we are going to appreciate them. We're not going to turn anything down. All right. So that is it for tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining us. This was exciting, and I look forward to seeing you on our next episode. But again, join us Monday night for Man Talk Monday. And with that, cheers. And that's a wrap for another episode of Pour Your Heart Out, Black Women's Honest Conversations.